What is up, and welcome to Ask DLF. It is exciting to be back. It's week 4. I appreciate Addison and Tyler holding it down for me last week while I was having some issues getting here. They did a great job as always. Today's episode is brought to you by DynastyLeagueFootball.com, and we have a sponsor, Underdog. Make sure that you are getting all of your daily fantasy sports and all the other things that come with Underdog Fantasy. If you've never played Underdog before, now's a great time for you to try it out. You can try it using the promo code DLF and deposit a minimum of $10. Start playing fantasy, daily fantasy, pick 'em, player props, anything like that. There's a lot of fun things that you can do. On top of all that, new Underdog users will get a free year of DLF premium subscription with that $10 deposit. I already have a DLF premium subscription. I can't even talk. I'm so excited to get to the NFL news. It's no problem. We're going to add a year to that subscription. Don't worry about that. All you got to do is click the link in the description below and sign up, or visit UnderdogFantasy.com and use the promo code DLF when you sign up. With that all out of the way, the goal of this show is going to be to answer as many questions as possible. The chat is already on fire. There's so many questions coming in. Appreciate all of you guys who are doing that. If you have not already and you have a question, anything you want us to break down, go ahead, put it in the chat. We will do our best to get to every single question. Tyler, you ready?
Yes.
Addison, you ready?
Of course. Let's go.
Let's do it. Michael Cole, good example right here of what we want to do. Michael Cole, what's Javante's value now? Should rebuilders, I'm assuming this means sell or hold. Sad news, Javonte Williams goes down, not only ACL, but there appears to be more damage in the knee than there even just the ACL, which puts him more on the J.K. Dobbins type timeline. Tyler, how far did you move him down in your rankings?
Far. Yeah. Quite a far drop. More than a round, actually. I forget exactly where I had him a week ago, but I think 16 or 17 spots down overall. So a lot. It's a lot.
Are you advising people right now to sell or hold, Addison?
Sell. I'm trying to sell right now. There's a video coming out specifically on Javonte Williams tomorrow. So I don't know if I should spoil everything, but
nobody's buying though.
I sold one in one league today.
For what?
24 first.
That's terrible.
I tried to get a 24 first. I couldn't. I was offered 2 seconds and Devin Duvernay, maybe something like that.
Why do you want a 24 first? The value is going to go up in the offseason, and you're not going to be able to realize the 24 first before then. I don't understand why on earth you would want that.
It's in the video.
Well, I can already tell you I won't agree with the video, but that's fine. It's, good disagreement is a good thing.
I did see Scott Connor chiming in with something similar to that in our Slack chat. And
did he convince you?
I haven't heard the argument. I'm looking
for
Addison's video.
He's the one who said it first in our DLF Slack chat. Whenever, literally 30 seconds after the news broke, that he said, you just need to get rid of the guy. And I thought that was very interesting. I was much more aligned with you at first, Tyler, and then he didn't convince me. I kind of worked my own way there to get over.
I will say that I don't ever weigh in the DLF Slack chat because I think I am too mean and too brutal to chat in there. So I've been very quiet. But I do weigh in on the DLF Discord, which someone said something very nice, and that they don't know how I answer so many questions on Twitter, and that they're very appreciative. And I always find those messages to be very, very sweet. So, thank you to everyone who always is supportive in all those ways. I do try my best. I miss a question here and there, but I do get to most of them most of the time. Somehow. I don't know. I wish I had a team of people helping me, but I don't. It's just me.
Yeah, and I don't know how you do it either. You always answer as many questions.
I don't either. I really don't.
Else, but
we'll see what I look like when I'm. I was about to say your age, but you're like 33, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
You're like 33, so it's only 6 more years.
Somewhere around there, give or take. I got all this from the I pulled up the trade finder on DLF. If you have a premium subscription to dynastyleaguefootball.com, you have access to that as well. And I'll show you real trades for whoever you want to pull up. I typed in.
Can I say something about that actually? Oh, well, we'll get to the super chat, but I want to say something about the DLF subscription. I think that, without DLF, I never would have started creating content in the first place. That's the first Dynasty site that I signed up for, and the first podcast I listened to when I started consuming Dynasty content. I probably wouldn't have been into Dynasty without DLF. So I know there's a lot more, even, that was in 2018 or so. I know there's a lot more choices now. There's more choices. There's more people in the Dynasty market, which is a great thing. But, DLF still does really great work. And I think that it's still a great subscription for anyone interested. And it's pretty cheap, right? $29.99 for a year, or $30, depending on the offer price, or $39.99. There's always promos. You have the Vivid promo as well. A lot of different ways to get in on that. So I do
Friday's
suggest
coming up. Black Friday
is coming up.
Discount of the year.
So there's always a bunch of good ways to get in on that. And it really did get me started. So I always highly recommend it. Just wanted to say that, but then I'll pull up the super chat.
We got a couple of them in there. Awesome.
Yeah.
Another.
Yeah. I think it's a two-parter.
Christ, people.
And I appreciate that, Frank, as well. I'm 2-2 and lost Javonte. Okay. I feel like we're getting a lot of these. Don't you? Like a lot of these type of questions?
No doubt.
Okay. So the quarterback, Herbert, tight end is Freiermuth. And then there's key wide receivers. That sounds pretty good. Jefferson, Chase, Lamb, and Higgins. So he has my 4 of. Very good. Yeah, I like this. We're doing well there. Running backs are Kamara, less good. Gibson, really bad. Akers and Walker. So he's asking, trade to contend and sell vets or go for 2023. So, yeah, I mean, it's a 2-2 team. The wide receivers are all very young. All those wide receivers are 1999 or earlier. So I don't know. For me, this would probably be a time where this is a pretty good team, but without Javonte, can it still win? I guess probably. The wide receivers are so strong, but the running back is so weak now. So I don't know. It depends on how much depth you have on your team, I would say. If this is all you have, I would probably get rid of Kamara, keep Javonte, and just kind of roll it over to 2023 and not try too hard. If you have like a bunch of wide receiver 2s and 3s, some other good pieces on your bench, then maybe this is a contender. So yeah, in that case, you might want to contend, but it really does depend on if this is all you have, or if there's more, like if there's more players, because that would kind of swing me, because losing Javonte is a big deal. He's the only reliable running back until Kamara comes back that you have. And yes, if you put in a super chat, I will actually go through entire teams and not complain about it. So that's an incentive. I did. Someone asked that question on my show yesterday, and I literally said it's out there. I was like, on Ask DLF, Cal and Addison make me answer those. And on my show, I was like, we're not doing that. I moved on. And yeah,
can you go back to that?
Yeah. Well, there's a lot here, but yeah, sure.
So could you use that second, or maybe even both of those seconds, to go from, like, if you had that second, could you go from Walker to Dobbins? Could you, like, what would be the move by adding a second where you can upgrade some of these running back pieces? Otherwise, like, I don't want to touch this team. This is a great team. You did a great job building it, and you should be able, like, I wouldn't panic, make a move right now. Maybe trade the seconds, maybe upgrade something, but I'd probably be looking to do that anyway. It just, the fact that you're 2-2, I would imagine you're pretty high in the points scored, unless this is an 8-team league. But you've got a good base. Don't mortgage the future too much.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say, basically, like, those first, just pretend that you don't have them. Like, if you want to try to stay competitive, just pretend that you don't have the firsts, because you still want to use those to continue building for the future. If you use them now and trade for running backs and stuff like that, like, you could use one of those first for a running back, then that running back tears their ACL next week, and then you know, I didn't want to name any specific player to try to bring that energy on them, but that could happen.
Well, because then when they got hurt, it would be your fault.
Exactly.
That's why you wouldn't want to do that, because then we would blame you for that.
So you don't want that to happen because that could happen to any running back at any point. So I'd agree with Cal. I'd try to see can I move Akers in a second for an upgrade at the running back? Can I go to like Nick Chubb or something like that with maybe Akers in 2 seconds? Stuff like that. Can you mess around and try to get an upgrade at the running back position? Can you get more depth to allow you to make more decisions on a weekly basis? When Kamara comes back, he's going to be your every week guy. It just seems like now you just need to figure out who your RB2 is every single week. And, if that means that you get Khalil Herbert, if you get, Jamal Williams, if you get somebody like that, plug them in, then that could help buy you a win. And then, you do that every single week, turning together wins. And then all of a sudden you're a championship team and you still have 2 firsts with Herbert, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, T. Higgins, and Pat Freiermuth.
Ridiculous.
And then you can use those firsts on running backs next year.
Yep.
So
bingo. I'm with you. All right. What's the next one?
No, that's all it was.
Oh, nice.
I appreciate that.
Nice job. Thanks, Frank. Michael Cole chiming back in. 12 team start 12. And I'll get back to the trade finder. I'm sure there was going to be more Javonte questions. We'll get back to that here shortly. But moving on, Christian Kirk, Matt Ryan, 23 first, or Deshaun Watson. Which one would you guys rather?
Watson.
Same. Matt Ryan. Good Lord. Matt Ryan had the 356 ugliest, least helpful fantasy yards ever. Like, unless you had Mo Alley Cox, like, none of the yards that he threw for mattered at all.
Matt Ryan is a little delusional at this point. He thinks it's 5 years ago. He thinks he's close. That's what he said. He thinks he's close. And unless he means close to potentially, maybe having a bigger family, having a fun time in retirement with his wife. Maybe those are things
he's close to retirement.
Yeah, he could be close to those things, but close to winning, I don't know about that one. I don't think so. I don't think he knows anything about that. And I think that Frank Reich is going to be the first head coach fired this season. I think actually it's coming up very soon. I think it's almost over. I think actually if they had not beaten the Chiefs, he'd already be gone.
Spicy.
It's very soon though.
12 team start 11, Ryan Tannehill, Chris Olave, Sky Moore, or Deshaun Watson.
That's more interesting.
That's closer.
Still, it's Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, it's still Watson, but you got closer.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson.
I was waiting for this, but there's like just over 60 people watching, and Aaron Judge hit his 62nd home run. What's your take, Tyler?
I don't care. And that was my nice way of saying it. You can tell that someone cut the chains off Tyler this week. I was good for at least 6 tirades that were unrelated to football on my show yesterday. So we'll see how many we get today. Maybe one more Deshaun Watson question will do it.
Lounging Bear, what 2022 rookies do you think have the potential to reach top 10 at their position in a season? Is this any season?
I mean, Breece Hall might do it this season. He keeps he stays healthy.
A couple wide receivers might do it this season too.
Maybe. Yeah, it's going to be hard just because Drake London isn't too bad of an offense. Garrett Wilson, kind of a similar thing with Zach Wilson. I don't know if he's top 10. Chris Olave, kind of actually similar problem. So, yeah, I don't know if any of them are going to be top 10.
Pickens.
I just think that's a long way away.
Pickett.
It's soon, Pickens. But I think he did nothing the first 3 weeks. Top 10 is going to be tough. So, yeah, really this year, I think it's only Breece Hall.
Yeah.
Is anywhere near it.
But long term in their career, I think all the guys that we just named have the potential as well. I think Kenneth Walker still has the potential too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe.
Agreed.
I mean, Antonio Gibson and Josh Jacobs have top 10 seasons. So I think Kenneth Walker.
That's the case.
So,
I mean, Josh Jacobs was a pretty good prospect compared to Kenneth Walker.
Kenneth Walker was a relatively good prospect.
Yeah, I mean, Josh Jacobs was a first-round pick. I mean, went to Alabama. Kenneth Walker didn't do either of those two things.
Michigan State second round.
Eric Hurst, non-Superflex 10 team. So this is one QB. Slight rebuild. Traded CMC and a late 23 second for Akers, Christian Kirk, and a mid to late 23 first.
If it's that or nothing, I'd rather take that over letting CMC die on my team. So if it's that or nothing, I'd prefer that. It's not
like
bad. I've seen worse.
Yeah, I like it. I wish you didn't have to include the second, but that's all right if it gets the deal done. And I wish Akers was not Akers, but
Addison, I wish I were a supermodel. Like I wish I were a supermodel, but we can't always have what we wish.
yeah,
for.
I'm just saying those would be the ideal things to make this trade even better.
Can you imagine how even much more overinflated my ego would be if I were a supermodel?
It'd be
It was even worse than it is now.
Lounging Bear 10 teams, Superflex tight end premium 4-0, but bottom 4 in points. Kyler, T-Law, Goddard, Muth. You want to read all the names, Tyler? No, I'm kidding. Propping me up while the running backs, wide receivers are almost all rookies and need time. Save the course for next year or invest in the present. Should Lounging Bear be relaxing, lounging, and patient, or should this be ferocious, hurry up and get impatient Bear?
I mean,
I'm riding this out.
Me too.
Yeah, sure.
The best part about having the rookies too is generally it's the second half of the season for them that they really pop off, especially for wide receivers. That's where they start, getting more actual snaps, more usage potentially, and all that stuff could lead to more fantasy points. If one of those rookies, if you have Breece Hall, take a look at his fantasy playoff schedule because it's going to be
good. Yeah.
Nice.
Also, there's a very important comment we have to read. I completely agree with this. I mean, not really, but
you know what though?
Thank you.
Zach always has his pen and paper out, and I aspire to be more like Zach.
I guarantee that I'm the only one who cares about this. So I'll take the compliment.
Thank you, Zach.
Thank you, Zach. Okay. West Coast Chiefer, 12 teams, Superflex PPR. Is Kelsey worth a late 23 first?
Sure.
Yeah. Is this from a contender standpoint? You're contending and you wanted to buy Kelsey?
I mean, that's the only thing to do.
That's the only way it makes sense.
Yeah. So sure.
But I mean, I'm just wondering if it's flipped from the other way. Like if he had Travis Kelsey, would you sell him for a late first?
If he's contending?
Sucks.
No, if he just has Travis Kelsey, and I guess there's I'm wondering which direction this is where, like if you were the contending team and you were just offering your late first for Kelsey because your tight end was Alberto going into the season, I would 100% do that. But if I was in the middle of the pack and I had Travis Kelsey, I was like 2-2, and a contender's offering me a late first because they had Alberto going into the season, would I trade Kelsey for that? And I think the answer is yes to both sides.
Yes, because I'm in that situation. I cannot get a first for him. That is,
sucks,
I haven't tried this week, but I can't get a first for him.
He's producing so well, though.
10 points better right now in the season than Mark Andrews is.
I know.
He's having a great season.
Which is weird because it seems like we should have known that he would do that, considering that they traded Tyreek Hill and he was their only option. But,
Ed is going after Javonte on his rebuilds, productive struggles. Ed, let us know what you have been offering in that, because I believe that you've been making a lot of trades. You're very active.
Ed, are you paying a 24 first for Javonte?
Yeah, Ed, I want to know what you're
I mean, he
offering.
might if I told him to.
I'm taking the first.
Let's go ahead and do it now. All right. Trades
Hit me with
including
the trades.
Javonte Williams.
Are these since the injury?
So this is all
I
today.
think he's been going after Javonte for a while.
All today.
This is all today. Javonte Williams and Brian Edwards for Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Hunter Renfrow.
Javonte Williams so easily.
Oh, yeah. I'll take Javonte still.
Javonte Williams is more interesting for Rashad White and a 23 first.
Done.
I'll take Rashad White.
Gone.
23 first. That's when we talk about a real return. That's a real return.
This has to be a contender. Javonte Cole Kmet, 23 second for Dalvin Cook and Zach Ertz.
Okay.
If you're contending, I
guess,
I
yeah.
get it.
I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dalvin Cook wasn't a great fantasy day, but the fact that he got 20 carries and was kind of
if he had scored the touchdown and not
bad.
Madison, it'd be very different.
Yes, agreed.
Yes, but that's not what happened.
Yeah, I'm just saying that for some reason Madison was out there. And
For
if
some
Cook was
reason.
the one who scored the touchdown.
You know, but that's what happened though.
I'm just saying, Tyler.
No, I
It's
agree.
like if Elijah Moore had scored in week 1, maybe
But
we
he
feel a
didn't.
little bit better.
Well, it's like the Browns thing, right? Like Nick Chubb breaks off like a 35-yard run to get down to the goal line, and then Kareem Hunt just like trots in and gets his little touchdown. And it's like
That was fine by me. I didn't complain about that one.
Yeah, no, that's gonna happen every now and then, but also sometimes like Chubb's
I mean,
gonna
you
run
know,
that in, or
if Kenny Pickett had started the season from the beginning, the Steelers might be 4-0, but they're not. But we wouldn't know anything about that. Or if the Saints had not mismanaged their cap and were forced to deal with Jameis Winston, they might have won a few more games. But again, we wouldn't care about that. But these are just minor details.
In other words, yes, I'll take that as a contender, cooking Ertz if I'm competing for sure.
I mean,
Okay,
I warned people about the Saints and the Steelers before the season started.
I warn people about the Steelers. I'm a Steelers fan.
Well, you chose to be a Steelers fan. That's not my fault.
Listen, man.
I've been stuck being a Giants fan. How do you think I feel?
Yeah, there you go. At least you
More
don't take my
trades:
word.
Javonte Williams in 4 thirds in 2023, or Christian McCaffrey.
Ugh.
4 thirds?
Mhm.
Who cares?
I'm more impressed that a guy has 4 thirds.
Me
Well,
too.
be
That's
ready to
a
be
lot of
impressed
notes.
because actually, in all of my leagues, I have 4 or more thirds.
That's pretty good.
How? Are you just the
Because-
person that is
Yes.
like, give me the
Yes,
third? And
I
we'll make this
actually,
deal
Russ
done?
Outhouse hates me for. Well, he doesn't hate me for this, but I literally I do like the negotiation style where it's like it's my offer or nothing, and I often include thirds and fourths and fifths, and I pretend that like people try to take them out, and I'm like, no, I just won't do it then. I have other things to do today.
Yeah, and then the other people's mentality is, well, I'm not going to lose this deal over a third.
Yeah, but I also
I'll take
I play to
Javonte
win.
Williams side if I'm desperate to get rid of McCaffrey, I guess. But
No, I'm taking McCaffrey.
I don't really want either side.
it's not really what I want to do with it. Javonte Williams or Cordell Patterson, Damian Pierce, a 23 third, a 23 fourth, and a 24 third. This was definitely Tyler's offer.
It wasn't. I'll take Javonte Williams.
I'll still take Javonte.
If Cordero Patterson were healthy, it would be more interesting, but he's not.
Sure.
Tyler Reeves, big trade, Superflex Dynasty, Dobbins, Ramondre, Conklin, Edwards, Mariota, 25 first and second, or Javonte, Mac Jones, Jacoby Myers, Tyquan Thornton, and a 25 third. There's a lot of
the amount of Patriots in this trade.
yes. Yeah, you're right.
I want Dobbins and the
This is so many
25 first.
people. No, I'll take the other side. I think. Yes, I'll take the other side. Sure. This trade is.
I like the Dobbins side.
Dobbins.
Let's see. Ed says seem to be hitting midnight for these Cinderella teams. A lot of contenders realizing they are in fact pretending, and it's time to sell older players.
I mean, not everyone has a date to the midnight ball. Whose fault is that?
Trogdor says, "Don't hassle the Hawk." I don't know what that
Hawkinson.
means. Don't hassle.
Well,
him?
is that a phrase?
You know what? Somehow I ranked TJ Hawkinson at tight end 6, multiple spots higher than the expert consensus, but nobody thanked me for that. I didn't get no thank you. All I got was, well, you should have known that he was gonna be better than George Kittle and Kyle Pitts. You should have known. You should have known, even though he was uninvolved throughout all of the first 3 weeks. You should have known. That's all I got. No thank you. No thank you for starting him over the a lot of the other options who didn't do anything. No one. I didn't hear any of that. All I heard was blame. I even had people wanting to tell me that hurricanes were my fault. Hurricanes, global warming. Why don't we just blame it all on me? That's what I've heard this week. Where's that Ed comment? I want to pull that up. Go. Just ignore me. Just go ahead.
I just like that he needed the vacated targets from Amon-Ra and Swift to be able.
I
to
know.
get
I
open.
heard that.
Yes.
This is what I'm talking. This is the Ed comment I wanted. I don't know what that emoji means.
know
It's
either.
an emoji. I don't know what that emoji means, but
Devil?
it's
Is he calling you the
devil.
devil?
Oh, that's a devil emoji. Oh boy. Yeah, that's about right though.
Alec got offered 23 first for Rashad White and my second. I have a competitive team that sits at 3-1 and is number 4. Is number 4th. Team offering first is third in
Fourth
standings.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take the
First.
23 first.
This guy has a crystal ball that he knows that Leonard Fournette's going to get hurt this week, and Rashad White's going to be a top 10 running
No,
back.
no, no.
Otherwise-
You, now that you said that, if Leonard Fournette gets hurt, now it'll be your fault, not mine.
Especially if
fault.
there's the ACL. We'll know who that's what you were thinking when you said that.
Addison caused the injury to happen.
Check back next week.
Yeah.
It's Rashad White week. Okay. What's Rashad White worth? It's hard to say.
Not a
More than he
first.
was before.
Why?
He's still a second.
Yeah. I mean,
Why is he worth more?
well, because he had more work in the passing game. Is that a bad reason? I don't
He's
know.
worth more than James Cook.
Well, they only had 6.
Well, he was worth more than
runs.
James Cook before this week. So that has not changed.
They only had 6 rushes on the game. I mean, that's not going to happen every game, right?
No, I don't think so. I really hope not.
They were like instantaneously down 21-0.
I mean, I like that he was out there. I mean, I'm glad that, he was doing nothing before this. So I'm really glad that he was out there and that he did get, but everybody's targets were inflated because Brady threw the ball a ton.
52 times to 6 rushes.
Yeah.
That's a wild ratio.
It is wild. Yeah.
A second,
Okay.
Alexander.
Eric Hurst, Schultz, and a 23 second or 23 first, not super flex,
First.
half tight end premium.
First.
Absolutely. Got a few more. How much is Lockett worth? If you're selling, how much if you're buying? Okay, how much would you sell Lockett for? How much would you buy him for?
I'll sell
Not a
for
big
any
amount.
second.
Mm-hmm. Now buy for any third.
Yeah, that's what I was actually going to say.
I'll buy for 4/3.
No.
I probably would.
I would. Curtis Samuel, price in picks. Curtis Samuel, again, by the way, 11 team in targets.
I know.
4
I know.
times. Okay.
Terry McLaurin is nothing now.
Pretty much.
He's been Thanos snapped into oblivion.
Is Curtis Samuel younger than Terry McLaurin?
Yes. he
Oh
is.
no.
Oh, no, he is. Curtis Samuel's
no.
Yeah.
like July 96 and Terry McLaurin's September 95.
I thought it was close. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Pretty sure that's right. July 96 and September 95. Terry McLaurin, I don't know. For some reason, September 18th, 1995 is speaking to me.
September 15th, 95.
Ah, damn it.
Jesus, Tyler, what kind of analyst are you?
I have to
Curtis
retire.
Samuel is August 11th, 96. He's a full year younger, basically.
I'm getting old. Not remembering the exact day.
Insane. There we go.
Trade Bateman, Chenault, 2 late first, second, and third for Devonta Smith, and Williams.
There's a lot of Williams.
Yeah, there's a lot of
man.
Williams. I guess it's got to be Javonte, right?
D'Angelo.
Mike.
Well, but it doesn't really. Actually, in this case, it does not matter who
It could
is.
be mini Mike Williams.
It doesn't. It makes no difference who it is because it's unfortunately the side that you traded away.
Williams
By a
Sonoma.
lot. By a lot. Yeah, I mean, even if it's Javonte, it is Javonte, but the side you traded away by a lot, right? The Bateman and Smith. I mean, I'd rather have Bateman, but they're close-ish, right?
Yeah.
I would rather have Smith.
You'd rather have Smith.
They're close.
The reason I'd rather
Bateman
have,
a second and a third for Devonta Smith.
to be honest with you,
money.
the reason I'd rather have Bateman is just because slightly higher on that pecking order. Although the pie is also small. There is no AJ Brown there.
They're eating from the same size of.
They're kind of eating from the same pie.
Yeah, their pie slice is the same.
Rashad Bateman has 11 catches.
I know. Bateman is someone I look at my rankings and I'm like, I don't like this ranking, but I do think that Rashad Bateman is good.
I do think he's good too, but he's like 11 receptions through 4 games is not good.
Yeah, no, the part of the
He's
reason I lean
his level.
Bateman is that he is 1 year younger, which is almost exactly.
None of this
Um,
matters though because you're getting
None
two
of it
firsts for
matters
Devontae
because
Williams.
the two firsts
Yeah,
are so much
exactly.
superior.
True.
Yeah.
Good
Sorry,
call.
Paul.
So
Wrong
yeah,
side.
my Bateman rank does look a little. It doesn't look good. I think it's too high.
One of us three, I remember in a video, said that Rashad Bateman would lose value, and that person was clowned for saying that. Not by you,
I
Trey,
it wasn't by
by
me.
other people.
I've always been a very, very middling person on Rashad Bateman. I've always been like, he's good, not great. Good, not great players don't succeed in bad situations to that much of a degree. But I like holding on to them because, especially when they're really young, because they can end up in a different one. And that's always kind of how Devonta Smith is actually the same thing. Same problem. Good, not great in a bad situation. Might hold on to him in case he finds himself in a different situation. DJ Moore has been that player for 5 years. Although I think DJ Moore is actually better than Bateman or Smith.
yeah,
The
he's
problem
the
is it's
best
just
of
been
the
more
three.
years.
Yep.
Like Rashad Bateman has, here's his catches by week: 2, 4, 2, 3.
No, it's not good. And this week,
But he has two 50-yard touchdowns.
this week I feel like I'm
Right.
I might even be higher on him than the ECR. I have him at wide receiver 34 against Cincinnati. I just think that it's hard. If he scores the long touchdown, you missed out. It's hard. I can't rank him at wide receiver 50 because of all the players likely to score a long touchdown against Cincinnati is not a defense I'm scared of. He's high on that list. So I can't, even if he's not going to finish at wide receiver 34, he's either going to be higher or lower, but I can't rank him at 50 because you're missing out on a potential boom if you rank him at 50. So unfortunately, he's one of those players it's like a risky play, but I do have him at 34.
I still don't think like his boom isn't really a boom. What's his best fantasy output on that? Wasn't it like 4 for 100 and a touchdown?
Yeah, but if you look at the other players in his range, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Start Juju instead?
Juju's floor is safer.
He's getting,
is it?
like,
the Sky
yeah.
Moore usage is improving. So if it goes up at all, the Juju floor is suddenly not so safe. The Juju floor is 3 for 40. And that's nothing.
I know you can't just do this. I'm gonna like
Jerry Jeudy's the same problem. He's also in that range. You really would rather start him? He's never done anything.
I'm gonna
I'd
manipulate the
start
stats
Tyler
here. Devonta Smith after week 1 when he gave us a goose egg, week 2 to 4, he's the wide receiver 14.
Yeah, Devonta Smith at wide receiver 25 this week because it's
Is he really the wide receiver 14?
Against Arizona is one of the matchups I'd be targeting. I'd love to play receivers against Arizona who can't cover anyone and randomly scores points in the second half. So that's somewhere a matchup where I'm shoving every receiver in there. But Cincinnati slows the game down. So even though they're not the greatest defense, they slow the game down, whereas Arizona just does not.
Super chat.
Yeah, I got it.
Man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Gap.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it. Yeah. Gap between Hollywood Brown and 4:23 seconds in a 10-team half PPR. The gap is minimal, I would say. I mean, it's about right, isn't it? Is that about right?
I think.
Would you prefer the seconds?
Well, that's why I'm saying the gap is minimal.
What? You guys are crazy.
No, I don't think we are. I mean, it's
He's the wide
it's
receiver
10
6 right now.
It's a 10 team. It's a 10 team. So if two of them are 201 and 202, that's 2 late 23 firsts.
I mean, in these type of trades, I always prefer the 1. I mean, I did a trade in Trade IXE. It was criticized at the time, but I traded the 201, 202, and 203 for Michael Pittman, and that looks pretty good now. Those picks
you got the productive player.
Yeah, I got by far the best player. I mean, those picks ended up being, I think I got lucky. I think those picks ended up being like Christian. I still got George Pickens and Jahan Dotson. I still got George Pickens and Jahan Dotson on my team and missed out on Christian Watson, James Cook, and Rashad White. So lucky me in that case. But yeah, this is about right.
I'm not trading him for less than a first. Like I think
you'll never get a first. So
then I'll take the production. Like
this is the best offer you'll ever get. So
he's a superstar wide receiver. He's
bad.
25 years old. There's no way he's the wide receiver 6 right now. And why is that going to stop?
we've seen
DeAndre
what
Hopkins.
happens when
DeAndre Hopkins, who like last year what was he? Nothing. I mean, he was
not that bad. I mean,
he was
good enough
bad.
to. Well,
he played 10 games. He benefited from having 8 touchdowns and was still a wide receiver, almost 4 in points per game.
Yeah. But before he got hurt, he was not that bad.
That's yeah.
Okay. If he's drawing targets, that's the biggest problem.
We'll see what happens.
I'd still take Hollywood, but I was just wondering if
the gap.
I do think it's very close.
If you put it in the trade analyzer, it'll tell you that it's close.
Yeah.
I think Hollywood Brown is the most underrated. Like, because you wouldn't take this for Amon St. Brown, would you?
No.
We're those are wildly different. Yeah, Amon Ra is far better.
That's like the perception of the people he's just as productive as, and him is so different. I don't get it.
I mean, I think I get why.
He's got the draft capital. Why is it?
Amon Ra is just so much better, though. So much better.
Kid Coop, even fellas, got a few good ones for you this week. All our super flex questions. Rebuilding teams. Dalvin Cook or 24 first?
First, I guess. But gross.
Penny or 23 second?
Second. Now's a good time to sell Penny.
Davis Mills or 23 second?
Second. Davis Mills is finished.
Antonio Gibson or Javonte Williams?
Javonte.
If you're a rebuilding team and you can turn Antonio Gibson and Javonte Williams, that's
in awesome. What universe? I've been so excited. It's finally time. It's finally time for the Antonio Gibson is CMC truthers to get what they deserve. It's finally time. I've been waiting for this day. I've been waiting for this day since early in 2021. I've been waiting, and this day is finally here. On Sunday, it will be over. It will be over. Antonio Gibson at his 41% snap share from this week will be the backup, and I will be so happy. I'll be so happy that they finally get what they deserve. But yeah, it's going to be bad.
Tyler Algier or a 23 second?
23 second.
23 second easily. Henry is a legend. Do the things that he does. Make sure you smash that like button. Addison loves it. Real Misfit Toys, 12 teams. Superflex, start 9. Would you take an early 23 first? Early 23 first. And a 24 second for Devontae Adams and Chase Edmonds. Speaking of backup running backs.
Yes, I would.
Yep.
Whoops. What's one thing that went well for you all today?
I woke up and I was still alive.
Well, when you started out like that, everything else seems meaningless. Oh my goodness.
I had a great practice with my
It's not been the best day for
my baseball team.
It hasn't been bad. Just really nothing day. It's been raining. It's been gross.
Yeah. I've been wanting to play golf and I can't play golf. That's sad.
Oh, the weather's beautiful down here, guys.
Shut up, Cal.
I'm gonna consider. I'll consider moving. If someone would like to make a donation, my Venmo's on my Twitter. Just make a donation and I'll move to somewhere warmer. Love the Cal energy.
Yeah,
I'm with you on Devonta. It's a 1A, 1B. Both can coexist. They have and they will. It is not.
Let me see.
It's not. You see who the first read is.
Since week 2,
what happened to week 1? We can just eliminate week 1.
More productive than AJ Brown.
But what about week 1? We just eliminate week 1.
Well, we got 4 days.
What about from weeks 1, 3, and 4?
Okay, so out of 4 weeks, we've got 3 where one was better.
In the whole season, AJ Brown has 11 more targets, 7 more receptions, and 130 more yards. So
I also love AJ Brown. Top 5
every now and then, Mike Williams will outperform Keenan Allen, but we all know who the one is.
Yeah, it's Mike Williams.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so
it's Mike Williams.
AJ Brown outproduced Devonta Smith that 1 week in week 1. Every other
but
week.
The difference is that it's AJ Brown is not washed up, whereas Keenan Allen.
No, I love both. Devonta
He
Smith
can't get on the field. If you're 30 and can't get on the field, we're going to have a problem. But it's not as bad as Allen Robinson. It's not as bad as Allen Robinson. And you know, people were telling me on Twitter, there was this weird interaction on this post that I made. I thought it was very odd. I was talking about how Allen Robinson, it's time to trust the stats and realize that Allen Robinson is washed. And then I mentioned that I was happy I didn't trade any 2023 first for him. I just thought that was like, you know, I saw that was a lot of things people did. They said that they should do that. And there's some reason there was like this weird interaction on that. A lot of people were interested in that. I'm not really sure why. I just thought that was kind of odd. But yeah, Allen Robinson is 29 and cooked, according to my post. But it was just so weird. It was so interacted with. I honestly, I didn't really know why.
There were people that traded 23 first for Allen Robinson.
That's what I was thinking.
Well, no, there were. I mean, a lot of my
I know for sure that there were.
Well, a lot of my patrons had asked.
I can give you one person who did
that.
And
I don't know about it. I don't know about any specific people, but a lot of my patrons asked about trading for Allen Robinson in the offseason. They were saying we should buy. I don't know why we're talking about Allen Robinson, but I decided we're talking about Allen Robinson.
That's why.
Yeah, that's why. They were talking about buying him low because he'd had a productive career throughout his career, and then they want to buy him low. And I said that, well, if you wanted to buy him, you would be betting on that he didn't try in 2021 and that now he's going to try now that he's on the Rams. And it's not going very well. So I talked a lot of them out of that, and I'm very happy. And now I can fully recommend. I would rather have Kadarius Toney in Dynasty instead of Allen Robinson, just in case. Kadarius Toney might be good again someday, whereas Allen Robinson, I think, is.
Would you trade A-Rob for a third?
A third is worth nothing. So if I get any start from A-Rob, it's worth more than a third.
Oh, you love thirds, Tyler.
I do, but you know, Allen
that was
Robinson,
a comment on our YouTube channel yesterday.
Yeah, I think
today.
In a super flex, I think I would take 2/3.
Because I get the
One
third
third is
and I
enough.
get the roster spot. So yes, I would do it.
I'll take 2/3. I try to get seconds. I think you can still get a second for Allen Robinson.
No way.
No?
No way.
You don't think so? Oh well. What
I
is
think
this
he would have to
comment?
have-
What is this? What does this even mean?
He thinks I'm smart, Tyler. That happens. Sometimes people
No,
do that.
no, not that comment.
Not that comment.
What is going on at the bottom of the chat?
I'm literally at like the start of the show right here. This is the start of the show. Sanger, 16 team league, late second round pick, 23 and gauge for Rondale Moore.
I'll take this
for Rondale Moore, doesn't it?
I'll take the second. All right, Chicken McFry. I think we're gonna put you in a timeout. We're gonna put you in
Moore.
We're putting you in a timeout. I don't want Rondale Moore.
I don't want Rondale Moore. I want the second.
Yeah, Rondale Moore sucks.
That's like if it's late, you're talking about like the 30th pick?
Yeah, sure, but I still prefer that. And Gage, actually, honestly, I have Gage ranked higher than Rondale Moore. Gage is not old.
Get 5 targets. Dortch was nothing this week.
Right. But Gage has had many games where he's had a lot of targets, and Hopkins is going to come back and reclaim his starting role, and then Rondale Moore is going to be nothing. And another scary thing for Rondale Moore is they went to more 12 a lot more. Trey McBride was getting on the field, and what that means is that when DeAndre Hopkins, that's very bad, because when DeAndre Hopkins comes back, Hollywood Brown mostly plays outside. He's very good at that. DeAndre Hopkins mostly plays outside. Then if they run 2 outside receivers and 12,
what?
Then yeah. And what is this is very interesting. I don't even know what this means. But that was one of the latest comments. There's so many things. I can't put everyone in a timeout.
Let them keep it up because that helps the algorithm. Keep it up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for the help, guys. Eric says also 12.
I don't have any kids though, unfortunately. Only Cal does of the 3 of us.
12 team Superflex PPR, Burrow, Judy, or 323 first. I feel like this is Burrow side. I feel like the Burrow side is worth more. I have Kyler, Dak, Cousins, so I don't feel urged to pay up for Burrow. I could try selling Dak, but no takers.
Okay, so I don't think Burrow was ever worth 323 firsts.
Give me the first.
Yeah. I'm gonna lean toward the first here.
Yeah. With these 3 quarterbacks, don't sell 3.
Burrow's worth between 2 and 3.
Oh, you're
first.
paying the first for Burrow? That's no,
Yeah.
I'm not doing
Yeah. Burrow's worth between 2 and 3 first, but Judy really is not even half a first. So I'll lean toward the firsts.
Keep
I
your
don't want
first
Judy
there.
at all. There are worse things than that offer, but we did that one.
Sean, 12 team, Superflex 2, 23 first, or Marquise Brown, Judy, and Zach Wilson.
Ooh. Okay. Even in a Superflex, Marquise Brown is barely worth a first on his own. Barely. It's like borderline. Zach Wilson is not. And Judy's.
I like that was an intentional emphasis.
Barely.
Barely.
No, it wasn't.
No
No,
matter
I
what
don't think
anyone else around here tells you.
No, see, I don't do that. I would never purposely take 10 minutes out of the show to criticize the Saints and the Steelers. I would never do that. I'm not mean like that.
Man,
It's brutal. This trade
I think
is
I'll
brutal.
take I think
I need a little bit. I think I need more detail about these firsts. What kind of firsts are they? If these firsts have a possibility of being early, then I want that side. Because if I just get one Bijan, it's better than the entire other side. Just Bijan is going to be worth more than the whole other side. So it really depends on what you're getting. Like if either of them are going to be a top 3 pick, then I want the picks. Because nothing on this other side is ever going to be a top 2 or 3 round Superflex asset.
I want the other side. Addison?
It'll help. I will say it'll help for these kind of trades. Like this trade really is not possible to answer without telling us where those picks are going to be.
If both firsts are late, I'd probably take Zach Wilson.
But so would I.
But yeah, if one's the middle or
There's
leaning
6
towards
and
the first,
7.
Oh, we know they're going to be 6. So you're just telling me
if they are. I'm just telling you.
So 106 and 107.
Mhm.
I'll take the picks. I think I'm going to like.
I was doing math in my head.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to like the player at 107 better than any player on the right side. So, and then 106 will be even better. So I'll take that side and just forget about Judy.
I probably would too, because at that point you're going to probably have a good opportunity if you're getting one of the rookie quarterbacks next year after
I think
Stroud and Young.
I think if it were
third or fourth guy is,
I think I'd have to go down to, for me to take the other side, I think it would have to be best 108 and 109.
Yep.
Some guy says, "Happy Tuesday, fellas. Taco Tuesday, that is." 12-team Superflex Dynasty PPR, no tight end premium, Chase or Pitts, plus an early to mid 23 first and 23 third. So Pitts
I feel like I answered this too.
Take the Pitts side.
And a first.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, I believe I said that the smart answer was Kyle Pitts, but I would probably hold on to Chase.
Yeah, I'll take Pitts.
I don't like when my tight end, especially my tight end 1, is being outscored at the position by Taysom Hill. That's not ideal.
I have patience.
What's over that?
It doesn't seem like the most ideal situation.
How many goal line carries does Kyle Pitts or any of the tight ends have besides Taysom?
Well, we'll see this week because I'm sure Arthur Smith's got something special dialed up for us without Cordell Patterson.
Traded Garrett Wilson in a late that would be hilarious. And a late 23 first for Austin Eckler. Ugh. My wide receivers are Lamb, AJ Brown, Chase, and Pittman. Other running back I have is Derrick Henry. Looking to win now that it's in too much Dynasty team PPR.
It's 1 QB, so that helps.
No, it doesn't.
It helps a little bit.
How does it help?
Just a little bit.
No. See, Addison, it's enough of this.
Yeah.
I retired from the from that bullshit arena a long time ago, and I don't do that. I don't do this. Like I don't do the well, it could have been this way.
Oh, I'm just saying.
You're right. It does help.
No, this trade is terrible. It's terrible. This trade is really bad. Garrett Wilson is worth more than Austin Eckler on his own by a lot. Austin Eckler had one good game. The other 3, he was terrible. On the ground, terrible. I mean, he looked awful.
He's on pace for over 15 touchdowns this year. That's all I care about.
Well, you can care about that. and I'll care about having the dynasty value on my side. So it's Garrett Wilson side by a lot. This trade is bad.
I totally
Sorry.
agree. It's the Garrett Wilson side in the late first, but he already made the deal. I was trying to make him feel better.
Oh, see, that's not my job. I don't do that. There's a lot of people out there's a lot of ways out there in the world to make yourself feel better, but definitely interacting with me is not. You want to be entertained or have me yell at you or give you fantasy advice, I can do all those things. But me making you feel better, that one's not my area of expertise. Not so good.
If Sony Michel gets like 12 more carries this year, like there should be
have a meltdown,
instant firing of the head coach. Like it should just be automatic.
12 more.
It's just like
I don't understand why Sony Michel is getting as much work as he is, but he is. And Isaiah Spiller can't even get on the field.
Yeah, he looks terrible. All right. We have a super chat. Will you grab that, Tyler, please?
Yes. Tyler's shirt is epic. Cal's no longer broadcasting from the strip club. What is he talking about?
That was from the first night. Remember, it was like he had like the lights in the back and they were all like glowing and stuff like
Cal,
that.
I don't think you what are you 4 kids? I don't think the strip club is for you. And Addison's ambient lighting is next level. My ambient lighting sucks. I'm aware.
It's all about
DLF is lucky to have all 3 of you. Yeah, no. Miles Sanders to the moon.
Hey,
Happy Taco Tuesday.
This is like the greatest comment.
This is an elite comment, right?
Yeah.
This comment is elite.
It is.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
Dude, Miles Sanders, how about like the year of the dead zone running back? Huh? Like we've got quite a few of those guys.
Oh my God, you starred that.
Yeah. I had to. Thank you, Mark. Is Miles Sanders an Eagle next year?
No.
I feel like he is.
No, I don't think so.
Does that make me want him? I don't know, but
no,
I don't think it does. But it's interesting now that I feel like they're just gonna
maybe the Saints should sign.
Ooh.
Saints need a lot more help than a running back.
Well, unfortunately, their first round pick is gone
in Philly.
Currently
the 4th overall pick to the only undefeated team that there is.
Yes, that was such a smart trade. Do we need to pull the clip about what I said when I heard about the news of that trade?
Sure, go find it.
Oh, I know it is.
Sports Cars. Love the show, guys. And by
hopefully
the way,
you still love the show after I said your trade sucked.
TK, you guys are amazing. Great job, guys. Appreciate all 3 of you. TK, look, this is TK. Like I've never felt more loved than I do right now. You guys are great.
This is our best show ever.
Cuddy forever. Acquired Javonte for a projected early 2nd, early 3rd. That's great.
Excellent job.
Yeah, see, I would take that. I'd still take Javonte.
Javonte easily. It was a great trade. See, I'm not always mean. If it's a great trade, I'll say it's great. I'm just honest.
Want to tear down from JT. What running backs would you target?
Now's not the time.
Wide receiver.
Yeah, now's not the time to move JT.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire?
No. No, I don't even honestly.
It took us 3 years, Cal, but we finally got there.
Breece Hall. It was worth it. I would, if I could trade JT for Breece Hall plus, I would do it. But that's it. I mean, after Breece Hall, there's no running back that I'm targeting at all. I don't want
Swift. Swift would be nice if you got a good plus.
Well, Swift can't seem to stay on the field, so I don't know. I don't like that. He can't stay on the field. And even when he's on the field, Jamal Williams outcarries him. So, not a big fan. I'm not really going to be targeting any of these other running backs.
He's tough to trade.
I think if I did a startup today, I would be stunned if I picked a running back in the first 4 rounds. I can't imagine. It would only be Breece Hall.
I was curious on y'all's take because I saw Ryan McDowell throw these polls out. Would you take Bijan over Jonathan Taylor right now?
No, but
I think
if I did a fast forward, and gave up the rest of JT's points this year, and you're asking me May 2023, am I going to take Bijan? It would probably be yes.
What about could you trade Jonathan Taylor for like a AJ Brown and what's the right running back?
I don't think you can get AJ Brown and almost anything.
Even if it's like a lower tier running back, like somebody productive maybe, but like is older or something like that.
I doubt you can. I mean, I would do it, but I don't think you can.
Well, so
Fournette.
here's him being traded for AJ Brown and a 23 first.
Well,
So
that
if you
sounds
did
really
that
good. I would do that.
When was that?
on the 1st of October,
Well, that was already a long time ago.
Saturday.
Yeah, but that was before he got
That was
hurt.
before he got hurt.
He already missed a practice at that point.
Oh, he missed his first practice since middle school for a different injury, by the way.
AJ Brown and Cam Akers.
I'd take AJ Brown.
I would take AJ Brown. I'd probably take AJ Brown over Jonathan Taylor straight up.
I don't know if
Ooh.
I would do that. But
Yeah, I'm trying to include a running back, but that's because he's saying a tier down. But I would be looking for a cross positional trade.
Wide receiver.
Yes. Franz, seasonal. Do I trade Kelsey for Josh Allen and Kittle?
No. You have a top 5 quarterback in Geno.
yeah,
You don't need Josh
You
Allen.
don't need to do that.
Nicholas-
Seriously, no, you don't need to do that.
What's up, DLF? Lost Javante, and I'm 1-3. Time to rebuild. I got Kamara, but nobody's giving us with your first for him. Maybe after you start scoring points, you think he's worth it. 23 first. You're not going to
Too late. Too late.
2024.
I think it's too late for that.
Probably.
Alvin Kamara looks washed up. He looks done. He looks finished. He looks what he really does. Unlike some of these older running backs, like Dalvin Cook, Dalvin Cook is someone I would wait and see. Alvin Kamara, I'm fine selling low because I think it's only going to get worse. Alvin Kamara to me is washed up. I think he's done. Dalvin Cook still looks good and is getting the volume. It's just not coming together in fantasy points. But Alvin Kamara to me looks finished.
We saw what,
So-
one game from Kamara?
I mean, he
Two,
hasn't
one
looked
and
good
a
this
half?
year at all. He hasn't looked good in any of the games. He really looked bad.
I think
To
he's
me,
still Kamara for now.
No, he isn't. He has looked absolutely awful. Awful. Really bad. I mean, he was bad on the ground last year, too. I mean, what did he do in the 2 games that he played? And he said 2 games played and 2 games injured. But what did he do in the 2 games that he played that impressed you? Exactly. Well, what did he do? What was impressive in those 2 games?
Nothing that impressed me. It's just nothing to say that
Nothing at
he's-
all.
he
Nothing at
fell
all. He
off
looked
the
terrible.
mountain.
No, he really looked bad. He looked bad on the ground last year too. And this year now he doesn't look good in any way. To me, I really think Alvin Kamara is washed. I really do. I want out of him. I didn't think he was washed coming into the season. I thought he would still be good, but he's not. He looks washed up. So, and now he's hurt and washed up. So that's going to be a no for me. He's not worth a 23 first. He's not worth a 24 first. Take what you can. I'll sell low. I don't care. I don't want to see him come back because he's going to come back and look bad again. And then it's too late.
Don't panic sell, Nick. But like
The last time Alvin
you're not
Kamara
gonna
looked
get a 23 first.
looked
That's
good
just-
over a consistent
ship
period
is
of
there.
time was in 2020. He didn't really look
He
good
had,
last year.
he had 22 opportunities in the last game he played. I think he'll be fine.
But he didn't look good.
He averaged over 4 a carry.
This doesn't look good.
It's the clip of Zach Wilson's gritty on here.
He really doesn't. He really doesn't look good. He looks slow.
Alvin Kamara was the RB8 last year.
Right, but he did it on massive rushing volume and wasn't efficient with it. Antonio Gibson was RB1 last year, and we know he was bad. Like you can make it up with. I mean, Josh Jacobs had a year where he had a lot of volume and was bad, and
But
was also an RB1.
Now he's
Addison
playing
just
he got the volume, right?
Yes,
But
but
he did get the volume. That is
the problem is that if you continue to suck, the volume eventually gets taken away from you. And he really
And given the Mark Ingram,
no, they
Tony
pass
Jones?
more. They pass more. Or
they're not doing that. They don't trust their quarterbacks.
well, I mean, when Jameis Winston was in, they were passing.
No, they were not until the 4th quarter. They had
I mean-
13 points in the first 3 quarters of
The
all
good
3
news
games.
is that they actually have some receiving weapons this year. Unlike last year. Last year, I don't blame them for not
Yes, we
passing.
won.
Last year, I don't blame them for not passing. But this year, although if Michael Thomas doesn't come back, it's really kind of thin. And who knows when he's going to return.
Jim Riley, hey guys, thanks for everything. 1 QB, full PPR. My wide receiver core is Higgins, Deontay, McLaurin, Bateman, Wandale, and Ridley if he ever comes back. Who should I move and what's a decent return? Can't get anything for Ridley.
Yeah, just hang on to Ridley.
McLaurin for a second.
I mean, just hang on to Wandale too, because you haven't even seen anything yet.
Bateman for a 23 first if you can get it. 24 first, I would still take.
I don't think he
For
can.
Devonta Smith.
Terry McLaurin for me. I mean, I would like to get out. With Jahan Dotson out, I think this is your opportunity.
Kid Coop also wanted to brag about how he traded away Jeff Wilson for Kenneth Walker this morning. Remember,
I like that one. I like that.
Take advantage of your dynasty newbies when you can. That's a good reminder.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thanks for coming on, boys.
Thank you, Kevin.
Henry, it'd be best to remember how James Robinson's career was over. Hold Javonte.
Wow.
Yeah, except if you could have sold James Robinson for a first, you still aren't sad about that right now.
It's true.
Yeah, but James Robinson was never with the first.
That
Because he didn't have the draft capital.
Do I trade a round 2 in Dynasty for Mel Gordon, Lost Williams?
You want to talk about washed up? You want to talk about washed up? 4 fumbles and look horrible.
Say, is it 5 fumbles and 8 carries? Is it 5 in his last 8?
4
Was that a
fumbles this year in 4 games.
I think it's 5.
He's a large part. He's largely responsible for why that offense has been. I mean, there's so many reasons. I mean, we could spend a whole show on the reasons why the Denver Broncos offense has been incompetent. But he's a large part of those reasons because his 4 fumbles have cost them at least 1 game.
He hasn't rushed for over 60 yards.
No. He is absolutely washed up. But a washed up Melvin Gordon is still better than Mike Boone. Mike Boone is bad. Yeah. Oh, the game was on the line yesterday. Then the 2 times on the final drive, the ball was right there. Mike Boone, it was literally in his hands. It's just nowhere to be found. He dropped both of them. And the second drop was egregious, like really bad. I feel like you could have caught that, either of you. It was in his hands right there, and there's no defender in the area. And that was on 4th down. Oh, absolutely. I think almost any NFL player would have caught it. It was
I know James Robinson would have.
It was an easy catch, and he just totally flubbed it.
ETN?
What did that do with Akers, asked Zay?
Sell.
But how do you even do that? I don't know. Akers, the Rams offense is now more of the problem than anything
2024 firsts.
The 49ers have a quarterback controversy, by the way. They wouldn't have won this game with Trey Lance.
Jimmy G's 7-0 against the Rams.
I mean, he's a winner.
I don't think they have a controversy. I think Trey Lance could have thrown just as fine to Deebo Samuel as Jimmy Garoppolo did.
Right. But somehow they win when Jimmy Garoppolo is in. That's the thing. They win with Jimmy Garoppolo. Why do they win with him? I don't know.
Their team's good.
They didn't win. They weren't doing so well with Trey Lance.
In the one game?
First. Well, I mean, it was...
Didn't they win that game?
No, they lost that game. They lost. That was week 1. They lost that one.
Oh, and the crazy field.
Freaking...
Also, let's talk about actually the real problem in the Rams offense is not Cam Akers. The problem is Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford is the problem. He looks bad. I mean, 4 weeks now of bad. He hasn't been good in any of the games. I think he's washed or at least injured because his arm looks like shot. That elbow injury that everyone dismissed, I think is a serious issue because he hasn't been good this year at all. I mean, what are we looking at? I mean, 4 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. 6 interceptions in 4 games is not good. Not taking care of the ball. And he's, way down in terms of yards per game. He's taken, how does this sound? How does 16 sacks taken in 4 games sound to you? Is that good or bad? Does that sound like Carson Wentz? That's kind of what it sounds like to me. He's on pace to set a record for sacks. So taken. So it's very bad. So he's the problem, along with wasted money on Allen Robinson. But I don't know what you do with Cam Akers because until the offense turns it around, you're not going to be able to start Akers or Henderson. You can't start either one. You can't. How can you start them? The offense sucks. Scored 9 points.
Akers is a good guy to use a second on and package and get up somewhere.
Who's going to want Cam Akers after this performance? Who's going to want him?
That's I don't like. It's just
the whole offense looked putrid unless your name is Cooper Kupp or Tyler Higbee. Who's going to want players from this embarrassment? It was a primetime game. It was Monday night. It decided fantasy matchups. People had Cam Akers Matthew Stafford, the Rams in their lineup, and Cam Akers may have cost people their this week, this matchup. They could have cost them. You think someone's going to want to buy Cam Akers after it was on Monday Night Football in front of everybody where the offense put up a big turd? I don't see that being a possibility. Do you?
No, I'm just saying.
No.
I'm trying my hardest.
I think that the reality is that you're going to have to hold on to Cam Akers and wait for a better day.
Probably
is the reality, unfortunately. A rebuilding mode. It is important to note that Darrell Henderson led the backfield. So now we're back to Darrell Henderson leading the backfield. Like, you can't decide. It's 1 week, it's one, the next week it's another. They can't decide there. Traded Eckler and Wentz in a super flex for Etienne and Pickett.
Ooh.
We won't read out all the players, but because I don't think we need to. I'd take Etienne and Pickett.
Me too.
In a rebuild, for sure.
More so for Pickett.
Yeah, well, absolutely. Pickett looked not bad. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, looked not bad.
I don't care what anybody says about 3 interceptions.
Okay, I watched those 3 interceptions, and I'm not someone to make excuses for a quarterback.
Okay, well, one was a Hail Mary.
2 of those were not his fault.
All 3 of them I don't think were his fault.
Well, he had 0 turnover-worthy throws, according to,
If Chase Claypool knew how to use his body over a dude that's half a
Chase
foot
Claypool
smaller
says
than
that he's
him,
a top 3 wide receiver in the NFL. Chase Claypool is not even a top 3 wide receiver on the Steelers once Calvin Austin comes back.
it's so he is so bad.
But I'd still rather have Chase Claypool in Dynasty over Allen Robinson.
Sure. There's a lot of wide receivers that I'd rather have than Allen Robinson, but it's just that first pick is so not Kenny Pickett's fault. I don't even think the other one was either, because if Pat
Freiermuth
didn't
fault
even
for
try
throwing it downfield to Chase Claypool. That was a mistake.
That was a mistake. I'll give him that.
Yeah, but it's still.
But I think he wanted to make something happen, because if Chase Claypool came down with that, I would have bought.
Chase Claypool put up a big fat 0 points. I don't like 0. 0 is not so good.
I love the Etienne and Pickett side.
Well,
I'm in.
I mean, Claypool talked a big game, but he has 11 receptions for 79 yards on the season in 4 games.
Yeah, I don't like either one of these sides. So
yeah, but I'm going to take Pickett for the young quarterback. So that's always what I do when I can't decide.
And not Wentz.
We did this one already.
Should Ye trade? Is this like
Yay?
Is this like
I think
Kanye? Doesn't he go by Ye?
Yeah.
Trade Michael Thomas for Chris Godwin.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course.
In redraft too?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I'm just making sure.
Yes. I would say, does it get better in? I don't know. It doesn't get worse in redraft. That's for sure. Gave Najee, says Lufty, gave Najee and Nico, got Adams and Keenan. 10 team people. Which one?
Brutal.
I'll take Adams and Keenan.
I guess so, yeah. I don't really want Najee.
Nope.
John says, good morning, guys. Happy Waffle Wednesday. Must be one of our Australian friends.
Hey.
Somewhere over there.
Pretty sure. Yeah.
Dude, did you see? Sorry to interrupt, but
yeah.
All the Alvin Kamara stuff from the London game about start sitting him and stuff from like West Coast. You know what Australians have to put up with every Sunday just for the early games?
People were like, you should let them switch it out. I'm like, no, this is what an alarm is for.
Yeah. Like it's like 2 in the morning or 3 in the morning in Australia whenever the 1
you
PM
gotta be dedicated to fantasy football. No,
I applaud all y'all down there in Australia. Y'all put up with all this stuff.
I think the most important thing to take away from what was just said is, what if I apologized for every interruption? If I apologized for every interruption, we would never get through anything. But I appreciate that, Addison. It's very sweet of you.
Me too. Offered JT for 223 first, but I think I've become a 0 RB guy.
I'll take JT. Barely, but I'll take JT.
Unless one of them is early.
Very early, yeah.
Like Bijan early.
Yeah, take JT.
But JT.
JT is not far off of where he's been in week 4 every season he's been a running back.
I know. I saw that graphic earlier.
I tweeted it out on Monday. Aaron says, I have a mid to late 23 first offered for Eckler. Should I bail on the big game?
Yeah, I would.
Yes.
Oh, he just replied. Okay, that's the other crazy thing too about Australian. Like for them to watch football, he says that he wakes up 2:30 in the morning on Monday to watch our games on Sunday because of the time zone thing.
Yeah.
It is Monday morning for them. They have to get up early on Monday morning to set their lineups and then wake up maybe 3 or 4 hours later to get to work while we're chilling on our couches watching football.
Must just laugh at us, like complain. Oh, Alvin Kamara. I had to pick 0.
That is so crazy to me.
I wanted to play Tony Pollard.
Tony backup.
Let's see. I also have 224 first, but unsure I want to give them up, especially after the Javonte.
I definitely give up 224 first for JT.
Kid Coop. Lastly, is Paris Campbell droppable? 10 team.
Yes.
BJ Cal. Who does he play for? Tim Jones. This is not the singer. That's Tom Jones.
Tim Jones is a receiver for the Jaguars.
Oh, look at that. I did not know that.
He played 55% of the snaps this week.
Oh, okay. He must have not got many targets because I didn't notice anything about him.
He didn't record any statistics, I don't think.
What should I ask for this week in a 1 QB if I can sell Hines Ward? No, Naeem Hines.
Well, if you can somehow get a second for Hines, now I would take it and run, but
you
could get a third.
Approximately like 42 hours to make that move.
Yeah. Once JT actually plays this week.
I don't think he's going to play.
Oh, he definitely is. Did you see the interview?
He said he wasn't sure if he was going to.
And I think he thinks he's going to play.
Nah.
Should Scuba Steve trade JT and Jeff Wilson for Saquon Barkley, the GOAT, and a 23 first?
Yes. Yes, you should.
Barkley said.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good job, Tyler. Way to go. Way to be water. Be fluid. I like it. Thomas, what can I get for kind of value? Players picks. Okay. What kind of value can I get for Eckler?
10 team, 1 quarterback. Can you get a 2024? Dude, I'm getting Braylon Allen by the end of this. And it's gonna be so fun. Would you trade him
for 323 seconds?
No.
Y'all are crazy. He's not worth more than Marquise Brown.
I think he is.
Oh,
I think he is.
How about this? I would maybe DJ Moore and James Robinson. That's not going to happen. DJ Moore and Travis Etienne. That's more likely. How about
I traded Mixon in a 10 team for DJ Moore and a second.
Okay. Sure. How about that?
10 team dynasty. Who do I use my first waiver claim on? Rashad White. He was hot.
Why was Rashad White dropped?
It was doing nothing.
Yeah,
I have
but in
no
Dynasty,
idea.
though?
And why do you have waiver claims in Dynasty?
10 team. This is
that needs fixed.
Could be a newbie.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that I have some serious issues here.
Yes,
I hope
Rashad
that.
White.
I was gonna say, yeah, he should be owned regardless, even if it's shallow rosters and stuff like that. But I could see why this would be more of a question if it was like 17 or 18 man rosters. But
Hector's losing to the bad players in his league. Tell me it's just a season long. Tell me it's a long season and to keep grinding. Pretty frustrating. Love the show. Yes.
It's a long season. Keep grinding.
Sometimes we're our best therapist, Hector, and you said it best when you said it's a long season. Keep grinding.
I would only go to Cal or Addison for therapy.
I mean, like sometimes, like yourself, you're your best therapist sometimes.
No, I wish, but no.
Hector counseled himself and said it's a long season.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I wish.
It's Devil Tyler week.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Something crawled up my ass this weekend.
Treylon Burks value. I was so sure he was going to hit this week. I was so sure.
He
It's
got
obviously
it.
gonna miss. It's turf toe.
That's probably a decent amount of time. He'll probably miss for a few weeks, but then like when he'll come back and still not be like
Yeah,
good.
he's not gonna be effective for a while.
Yeah.
Traylon Burks or 3:23 seconds.
Man.
Wait a second.
If 4. How about 4?
If it's 4, I'll take 4.
If it's 4, I'll take it. Like actually.
Again,
2024.
more than 25-year-old wide receiver 1. Okay.
I really don't like Traylon Burks.
Yeah, that one's coming back. That's sad.
I'll
Cuddy
take Burks over
forever.
Pacheco.
10-team Superflex being offered Burks for Pacheco.
See, I'd take
Burks.
Burks here.
Absolutely. Should I trade Brees Hall for Brandon Cooks and Rashad Penny?
Absolutely not.
No.
No.
No. And if you're asking this, I am genuinely concerned. I might suggest following me on Twitter at TylerFF Creator, and I will prevent you from making any more horrible mistakes. Because this is not good.
Even in redraft.
No, even in redraft, this is a terrible idea.
Yeah, just to clarify. On all sides.
All bad. So, but yes, I will prevent these mistakes before they happen.
Is there a league format where this would work?
No. If we're playing in a league where you want to score less points,
Right.
In standard, this might work.
no. But again,
If
that the
sooner
league
your
where you want to
players are
score
out
less
of the
points,
league, the better. Then yes, this is good. Nicholas made 3 trades this week. Not sure if they're all winners. What do you think? Traded James Robinson for Alvin Kamara.
Winner.
that's a winner, I guess.
Give me the RB1 in Jacksonville. Traded one of my 223 first for DJ Moore.
That one's a loser.
Sorry.
That's not so
Yeah,
good.
keep the first. Traded Conklin for a 23 third.
I like that one. I feel like that's fair value. I wish you could have gotten a little bit more because Conklin's producing.
Conklin
but-
didn't look as good this week, though.
Yeah, I think Conklin was a Flacco thing.
Because a quarterback downgrade occurred. That's what happened. A quarterback downgrade. We know that Zach Wilson was a downgrade from Joe Flacco. I think Mike White would improve things. Then Elijah Moore would get back on track.
Man,
That would be nice.
you know who Taysom Hill has not outscored a tight end?
Tyler
Conklin. He's like the tight end 4.
Burks or Jamison Williams.
But he's not even the
if you
top
had to
scoring
pick.
Tyler at tight end, I don't think. Isn't Tyler Higbee ahead of him after this
He
week?
is, yeah.
Yeah.
He's at
Yeah.
5.
Tyler Higbee is quietly having a out of nowhere
Is there any chance
difference
that
making season.
TJ Hawkinson's name is Tyler?
I
What does
don't
TJ
think
stand
it is.
for? Do anybody know?
I don't know off the top of my head, but I don't think it's that.
We may be onto something. Advanced analytics.
I'm gonna look it up. No, it's like the most generic name too. Thomas James
Oh,
Hawkinson.
it's Thomas.
I can see why he goes by TJ.
Traylon Burks or Jamison Williams?
Jameson Williams. I think I've seen enough bad from Traylon Burks that I'd rather the thing I know nothing about, the player
Yeah.
I haven't seen, who was drafted higher, and at this point I think might actually get on the field sooner. Where I think we might see. I've seen everything I saw from Traylon Burks actually was bad. So if Jameson Williams is going to come back sooner, then why on earth would I prefer Traylon Burks? No reason to. So I prefer Jameson Williams.
In Dynasty, aside from winning, is there a better feeling than someone posting that they decided to rebuild and you own their 23 first and second?
Yes, there's a better feeling. It's the rush every time you do a Dynasty startup. But this is close second.
Ooh, that's good.
I would say a good feeling would be that late round guy that you hit on, like your 4th or 5th round rookie that you swore
You know,
by.
I never got over Philip Lindsay. The rush from Philip Lindsay, because that was
Let
my
me tell
first
you.
year ever playing.
It's amazing when you hit on Elijah Mitchell. I would just put that out there.
Yeah,
Kenny Galladay, Aaron Jones,
that was before my time.
those guys come around and boy, that's a good one.
Hollywood Brown or Miles Sanders?
Hollywood Brown.
Yes. If it was Barry Sanders.
Hollywood Brown is now the most underappreciated. Like
Not
he's
by
surpassed-
me.
It was Chris
I have-
Carson. He had that championship belt, and now it's Hollywood Brown.
I have Hollywood Brown. I mean, maybe I don't have him that high. I have him at Dynasty wide receiver 20. So maybe that's not that high.
He needs
I
to be
think he could be
higher.
higher. Yeah.
For this past week, I traded Lamar, Debo, and Thielen for T-Law, St. Brown, and London.
It's okay. It's not the end of the world. It's okay.
It's a good trade.
I'd rather have, it's a very fair trade, I think. Because I'd rather have St. Brown over Debo, but they're very close. London is someone I really like. The target share is very strong for a rookie, 21-year-old rookie. Obviously, I'd rather have Lamar over Lawrence. I guess he didn't say if this is one QB, it's obviously the Lawrence side. If this is,
I'd imagine it's super flex.
It's got to be.
It's putting weight on.
Trade doesn't really make sense if it's a one QB. I would say, I'm going to take the very tough to decide here. I'm going to stick with Lamar, but it's very close. But I'll stick with Lamar. I think he gives you an advantage that you just can't replicate.
Right. There's only like 4 or 5 quarterbacks that do what Lamar does.
4 exactly. Yeah. And Hurts is getting there. Hurts is getting there. He's going to keep rising. I think Hurts is making a case.
There. He's QB3 right now.
Is the other one Daniel Jones?
I mean, Patrick Mahomes is still. I mean, Josh Allen is the only quarterback to have been a quarterback 1 every week, so he's still excellent. And Patrick Mahomes, I think, is showing.
Sorry, he's QB4. You're right. Hurts.
Patrick Mahomes, I think, is showing that even without the best weapons in the world, he can still deliver good performances. Imagine if he had a real wide receiver 1, which could be coming.
DJ Moore.
Wyatt Miller, Leonard Fournette, and Justin Fields for Scary Terry.
It looks like DJ Moore was just traded to the Chiefs.
That would be amazing if that was.
If you manifested it.
Or DK. One of the two.
No, that's not happening.
DJ Moore.
I don't know what this is. JJ, Hill, Higgins, and
we skipped that last one, didn't we?
No. I was skipping this one because I didn't know what it meant.
Justin Jeff. Yeah, that's not really a question. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
Informative.
I want the 23 first in this one.
Well, I mean, I don't want Justin failure.
Okay. Leonard Fournette and Justin Fields for Scary Terry and a high 23 first.
23 first. I mean, Justin Fields is playing his way out of a job. I mean, he has no weapons, but no weapons doesn't make him throw interceptions or run into 16 sacks or, throw passes to the middle of nowhere. Like, he's had 1 good throw all year. 1 good throw out of 67. 1 of them was good. Was the deep pass to Darnell Mooney. That's it. 1. There were many times where receivers were open. He was looking the wrong direction. Did not complete the pass in the window that he had. He's looked absolutely abysmal. This coach and this general manager did not acquire Justin Fields. So, he has no guarantee that he's going to hold this job. And I don't think he does. I think that they're going to go in a different direction because he just he's been awful. And people compare him to Tua. And they say, well, Tua progressed in year 3, although now there's a lot of other things going on with Tua. But they forget that Tua in his first 2 years was fine. He was he was okay, passable, decent, decent. Justin Fields is terrible, abysmal, embarrassing. There's a difference between decent and embarrassing. Decent, when you're picked in the first round, you usually get a 3rd year. Embarrassing, you usually don't. And I think Justin Fields, I've already seen enough. He is horrible. And I would like a redo, please, for the Bears. So I think he's done. I think he's gone. And I'll take the high 23 first. Justin Fields, maybe he'll get a chance to compete for another starting job, but it looks brutal to me. I don't want any part of it.
Your only hope right now, if the Bears have a top 3 pick, which it looks like they probably will, is that they decide to let Justin Fields play out on his rookie deal rather than throw another rookie into the same situation and then kill that rookie. So you continue to build out your offense and build out your defense, build the team, and then let your rookie quarterback just kind of play out on his 3rd year or his 4th year on his rookie deal, then insert rookie quarterback here.
There was a report that said that the Justin Fields and the Bears front office had significant tension between them.
Well,
And
If I had
that's
to throw the
there.
ball at Dante Pettis 3 times last week, I'd be upset too. Like,
Yeah, I mean, he is horrible.
that's
I mean,
your hope right now for Fields is
you
that
would
they
have
just
seen.
decide that
Don't you think you would have seen something, anything good, anything that's not awful? Because everything has been awful, awful. Awful. One good throw,
all right, we got to
it's
move
really
on.
bad.
high first.
Yeah, high first easily.
Would you trade
Yes.
Sky Moore in a second for Pickens?
I would.
Yes.
Got the idea
would,
from the DLF
absolutely.
moves to make show today. Henry is in a 16-team IDP PPR tight end premium league. Lost Javante, so I traded my 23 first, 23 fourth, and fifth to get Kelsey. Hate to do it.
Tight
but
end
I-
premium 16 team. It's not bad.
Especially if you're gonna maybe win.
Yeah. Well, I like winning. You know, I will say
He's
I'm in
4-0.
favor.
Yeah, if that's 116, that's a money move.
I'm in favor of winning.
Go
You know?
Henry. Henry knows what to do. Henry should be up here.
12 teams, zero flex, Javante, or mid 23 first, plus your own second back.
First
Easily, yeah.
First.
Ed made 2 trades today. Okay. I want to hear about him, Ed. D-Hop, should I trade him? I also have Marquise Brown. If I keep D-Hop, who should I trade Brown for?
No. So you wait until you have 2 choices with DeAndre Hopkins. You wait until the week he's going to come back. Week 7. You can put whoever you're trading to can put him in that week if they so choose. That's the week to trade him. Or you take your chances that he's going to be good and you wait to see him play. Now is not the time. You wait until the week he's going to come back. And then if you don't want to see it, that's your chance. Week 7.
Yep.
But not yet. You've already waited this long. Why now? Why do it
Right.
now?
Wait 3 more weeks.
Oh, and also, I believe the Cardinals schedule, I think I heard the fantasy footballers talking about this. I believe the Cardinals schedule coming up is very favorable.
You're
Yeah.
definitely not trading Hollywood just so you can keep D.
So the Eagles is next. The Eagles is not so good. But then in the next 4 games, there's 2 against the Seahawks and 1 against the Vikings. And the Saints are also in there.
Nice.
So
Hollywood Brown's going to be a top 3 wide receiver.
it's very possible.
I'm coming with you, Cal.
The disrespect. I got offered Jerry Jeudy in a second for Tyreek Hill. What are your thoughts?
In exchange for Tyreek Hill, I'd like someone who actually has produced something at some point in the NFL.
Looking to blow my team up. This will do it. It's just not
Yes,
in the
this
way
will
you're
blow your
thinking,
team
Brandon.
up, just not in the way that you had in mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, it needs to be a first. You
Jerry
can't do this
Jeudy, I
all.
think, is now has joined the crew of failure. I think it's failure because now this is year 3, and now honestly, it could be a quarterback downgrade. Teddy Bridgewater was doing better than Russell Wilson has been doing so far, but that's neither here nor there. Jerry Jeudy has still not succeeded. He's looked just pedestrian,
You
and
know
that's
what's
what he
funny
is.
He was
Pedestrian.
not that great of a prospect either. Like
I don't know about that.
analytically, he was not great.
He was a pretty good prospect. I
He
think
was
was a
good.
prospect.
He was fine. It's just he was not.
Yeah, but I think his analytics were pretty good. Film was
Justin
was
Jefferson
excellent.
was a
I mean,
better
he looked
prospect.
great.
CeeDee Lamb was a better prospect.
I think he was a solid prospect. I just think he was pretty good. I mean, I don't know. The last 2
He
years
was
at
a B
Alabama
plus.
looked pretty good. He was an early declare first round pick. I think he was a pretty good prospect. Just not a very good prospect hits. You know, like it doesn't just because he was a good prospect doesn't mean he's gonna be good in the NFL. But it's not Jalen Reagor, who was a bad prospect, who, you know, the film people who I've learned I listen to less now. I look for college production, but that would not have saved me on Jerry Jeudy. I would have been very interested on a player who produced 1,300 and 1,100 yards in back-to-back seasons at Alabama. And was
Jerry
drafted in
Jeudy
the
or
first round.
3:23 seconds?
Oh, the seconds easily. Maybe those will turn into someone who can actually do something because Jerry Jeudy has done nothing and is an abject failure. So I don't want him.
12-team Superflex, Devonta Smith or Tom Brady plus Gabe Davis plus Julio.
I mean, the Superflex, I'm going to take the Brady side and just try to play the rest of the year of Brady. it's just worth more. Brady was good for fantasy last night or Sunday night.
Yeah, you're only doing this if you're competing. If you're not
Well, if you're
winning
not
it-
competing, why on earth would you trade for Brady?
right.
But this is a fine trade, you know. Like if you're competing, this could be the kind of trade that gets you a quarterback that you would struggle to get otherwise.
It wasn't
fine.
Gabe Davis.
Gabe
Gabe
Davis, I
Davis
don't
is
like
fine.
at all.
He's hurt.
Eric, 12 teams reflex contending. Move Javonte in a 24 second for Aaron Jones in a 23 first.
Nice.
That's a good move. Yeah,
Nice.
you have the 23 first over
You are
Javonte
competing and you got the
and
first.
Jones over the 24 second. So
got
Eric
points
Smart.
back.
Eric, let us know how Ask DLF Junior lineman is.
Oh yes, the Ask DLF baby.
In Superflex, I'm rebuilding. Should I trade Russell Wilson? And if so, how much is he worth? 12 team Superflex, not tight end premium. I traded him recently.
Well, now he has a shoulder injury. How wonderful!
What did you
Because
trade Russ for?
he needs a new problem.
I got a 23 first and some stuff.
Some stuff.
I gotta go look it up. I don't remember.
So
I think it wasn't like any. There was nothing else that was like. I think Trey McBride may have been one of them, and like David Bell. Let me go look it up.
So Russell Wilson has thrown 131 passing attempts this year. In contrast, Geno Smith has thrown 132. On those attempts, Geno Smith has more yards, more touchdowns, and has completed 77.3% of those attempts versus 61.1. Additionally, Geno Smith has averaged more yards per attempt, more yards per game, and has rushed for more production.
Let Geno cook.
Why would you want Russell Wilson at all? You just replaced him with Geno Smith, and it's been better.
Wide receivers matter.
I really think the Denver Broncos are going to enjoy 5 years and $245 million that they have coming. Right? That's going to be good. I think that one is very good. They're going to really enjoy that.
Maybe they can draft. No, they can't draft anybody. Yeah, tough.
Yeah.
Tough. Gotta hope it gets better.
Yeah, no,
First
they're
plus.
stuck. They
so
in
mad.
2026, they owe him $31 million in dead cap if they would release him.
Nice.
Jeremy, 12 team PPR started 4-0, gave Jeff Wilson for George Pickens and a 23 third.
Ooh, love it. The plus was
What
on
kind
the
of
wrong
trade
side.
is this? Yeah. Well, the plus is also not nearly enough. But yeah, Pickens easily. This is a silly trade.
Love
I
it.
would do this in
Jeremy.
redraft.
This is how you.
I'd rather have Pickens
build
over
your
Wilson
team
in
for the long
redraft.
term.
Mitchell's going to come back eventually.
Really truther, recovering really truther. Yo, guys, how's my favorite branch doing on a 12 team? 1 PPR, super flex, tight end PPR. What does he mean
Two.
by branch? What does he mean by branch?
That's an office quote
Okay.
from Ryan.
Oh,
What
I'm
is
so
Branch
stupid.
doing?
You're right. I did not connect those dots. Good job.
I got you.
Okay. 12 team, 1 PPR, super flex, tight end
2 tight end premium.
PPR, 2 tight end PPR. Consider Stafford plus a 24 first. What QB would you look to upgrade to? Kyler and Burrow already shot down.
Dak.
Dak would be nice.
Staff
T-Law.
plus the second for Cousins. Do we like that one?
Not really.
I'd ride with Stafford there.
Keep Stafford.
Dak, T-Law. That's probably it, huh? Can you move? Would you do Stafford in a second for Tua?
I don't know when Tua's
just
gonna
going
come
to
back.
ask if you could get Tua.
When's Tua coming back?
Next week.
What about
If Tua comes
Goff?
back by the end of the
Goff
month,
in
are
a
you in?
second?
Yeah.
Oh, you're going the other way, Cal. Goff in
Could
a
you get
second
Goff?
for Stafford?
No, I want more than that.
I don't
Goff's the
know.
QB5 right now.
Goff's going to be the last quarterback in the NFC North of the current quarterbacks playing.
Mm-hmm.
No way.
Yes, he is. Search your feelings, Tyler. You know it to be true.
No. I mean, they could still replace Goff.
Not with the way that he's scoring. They're averaging like
They're
37 points a
but
game.
they're 1-3. If they were 3-1, I would like it a lot better. But they're not.
This is the you're number 1 in points for, and you've played the top scoring team every single week situation.
Mhm.
No, I hear you. I mean,
he just put up like 40 points without Amon-Ra St. Brown and DeAndre.
He's been better. He's been better, but still, it's still accuracy leaves something to be desired with Jared Goff. I do think that could you imagine? I think this offense would be even better with a quarterback who's not limited, who's not.
What about a quarterback who's unlimited?
Unlimited.
I also like the idea of the Stafford Goff trade.
I do think Jared Goff
that would be funny.
Is competent.
A little poetic.
Like unlike Baker Mayfield, Jared Goff is competent. He's fine. He reminds me a little bit of Jimmy Garoppolo, maybe even a little bit better. I recommend it.
Stafford's in a video of mine tomorrow as well, and I recommended Stafford for Pickett and DJ Moore.
I do think that Jared Goff is a starter next year. I think he's been good enough that I think even if the Lions tailspin and they get a first round, like a high end quarterback, I think they will trade Jared Goff away. And I think he could be a starter for someone else. Potentially the Colts could move on again and try again.
Could we get Jared Goff to the Panthers? Could we get that working?
No, that's what I said. I think Jared Goff is clearly a quarterback who should be a starter. And I think if he continues to play like this, he will be.
All right, we got to go. Javonte Eckler for 23 first. So that's 2 of them. Both
I love that one too.
23 second. That's pretty good. I like it.
Yeah, I'll take the picks.
Learn from Ed. Trade Javonte for first.
Flash from Brandon. 10-team Superflex traded Gibson and Burks for Chubb.
Ooh, nice.
Do what you got to do. Yeah, I like it.
Day and night.
What are you trading away in a 1 QB for Aaron Jones? What offer are you sending?
A second.
Yeah, I don't really want Aaron Jones.
23 seconds.
Although I do wonder, why do I have Alvin Kamara ranked in Dynasty so much higher than Aaron Jones and Leonard Fournette? Like, why? Just because he's named Alvin Kamara? Maybe.
If you're competing, if you have 2 first, maybe I'll throw 2 first at him if it's one quarterback too.
More people need to tune in to Tyler on Sunday mornings. Do it.
Yeah, well, good luck with that.
Uh-oh.
Wait, what?
That show is permanently canceled, Cal.
Oh, is it? I didn't know that. Okay. Nicholas said, should I flip Bailey Zappi, who looked competent, or wait till another game under his belt?
I mean, if you can get like a 4th for him, I would flip it. But I tried to get a 4th for Cooper Rush and couldn't. So
I'm all in on Bailey Zappi.
Nah.
No.
Bailey Zappi is so bad.
Flip him.
JK. He's not going to be good, though, once other Amon-Ra and Swifter. I guess that's Hawkins.
That's Hawkins.
Is this going all the way back to our don't hassle Hawk or whatever that was?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Buy up a pie. 12 teams Superflex. Give Russ, Rodgers, Adams, Evans. Get Hurts, Lance, Devonta Smith, Chris Olave, Jacoby Myers, and 3-24 seconds, who you can flip for Hollywood Brown.
Of course. I'll take the Hurts side.
Hurts side.
Pretty easily.
I love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Love that. What's Pitt's value right now? What are we doing?
Not what it was in the summer.
True.
Still my Dynasty tight end 1, though. Yes.
I don't know what noise that was, but that was
words might help.
I think this is true. There's not many Pitts owners that's lowered the price. I think that's true.
Everybody still believes that Kyle Pitts is amazing and
he is amazing.
And
Jacob Sanderson had a good thread. And
Pitts
he's probably smarter than me, so I would read it.
Hawk and a late 23 first.
Pitts.
Javonte Williams only going to be good.
Jamal.
Okay, Jamal. I don't think this is true. Detroit loves Jamal Williams,
He's
Don't
a
we
top
all?
five fantasy
Jamal
running back.
Williams. Jamal Williams is the hero that we didn't know we needed.
Look, they are
He's
frustrated
amazing.
with Devontae or the DeAndre Swift, according to like some reports, that they're frustrated with his
Look,
ability to stay on the field, and they love Jamal Williams, and the team loves giving him the ball. I don't
Jamal
think this is just a
Williams.
1 week thing.
Jamal Williams. Some people doubt that he can succeed against New England this week, but I have him ranked at running back 9.
No, he's great. He's been that dude since Green Bay. He's been fantastic. I remember
really.
I told somebody that I would rather not take Tony Pollard and I'd wait about like 15 rounds and draft Jamal Williams and I'd
It's
have
funny.
the same
And
production.
Scott Fishbowl, I was talking about it in a chat of mine. I was like, I don't want to draft Jamal Williams. He's pointless. It's pointless. It's a waste of time. They were like, no, you should. And I was like, all right, fine. I'll listen.
I got
like
Jamal
this
Williams
week.
and Scott Fishbowl.
Yeah, this week it was so funny. I had Jamal Williams, TJ Hawkinson, Cooper Rush, and Jacoby Brissett in my lineup. It's really going as I had planned it.
Give it a 14 team, Jerry Jeudy, and then 23-201, and get Devonta Adams. Superflex 12 team, Gabe Davis, or a 25 first and second. Yes.
First.
Far away, but I'll take the picks.
First.
Devonta Smith and AJ Brown, or a light version of T. Higgins and Jamar Chase.
No, they're
Smith
not.
is being severely undervalued.
No,
I
they're
was
not.
biased towards AJ Brown being the target hog, but it's 1A, 1B.
They're a younger version of Keenan Allen and Mike Williams.
No, it's neither of those things are good comparisons.
Okay, what's your comparison?
The people want it, Tyler.
Do they? I don't know if they do.
Roddy
honestly,
White
like,
and Julio Jones.
I don't know if there's been a comparison. I
Marvin
have often
Harrison
compared AJ
and-
Brown to Julio Jones, to be fair. But there hasn't really been a situation where there's been this type of weapons with a running quarterback like this before. To be honest with you.
Deshaun Jackson and who was the
There-
other
there
guy
isn't-
with Michael
there isn't
Vick?
like a great comp. Because Lamar's never had weapons like this.
Who are the
The
Niners
highest-
receivers with Steve Young?
And I thought you were going to say Colin Kaepernick.
Joe, Jerry Rice, and
Come on, comparing anyone to
Terrell
Jerry Rice.
Owens?
Comparing
Yes,
anyone
there
to
you go.
Jerry Rice is not fair.
Yeah. AJ Brown would be more like Terrell Owens there. You're right. 1 QB, PPR, start 8, ETN, and Allen Robinson, or
You can still get a 23 first for Allen Robinson. So I'll go with
Dobbs
that
and
side.
23 first. Give me the first and Dobbs.
First easily. Yeah.
Over the unproductive backups. Oh, Dobbins, buy, sell, hold.
Sell for me. He's looked bad and has produced. Those are always the players I want to sell. He doesn't look good at
24
all.
first.
He didn't look good this week. He just scored touchdowns. But he didn't look good.
Well, team Superflex, J Rob, or Marquise Brown in a 23 second.
This is
Picks
Cal
on the wrong
written
side.
all over it.
Picks on the wrong side.
Cal State
Absurd.
James Robinson.
Brown is worth significantly more than Robinson.
I like both of them.
So do I.
You need both
Brown's
sides.
worth more.
Yeah.
The trade would be interesting
Brown.
if the 23 second were on the other side. It would still be Brown, but it would be very close.
I know this isn't Dynasty, but would you take the package of Freiermuth and Etienne or Pitts and Pollard, trading Pierce to get a good side in? Okay, so which side?
So if you're
Freiermuth
trading
and
Damian Pierce in redraft for one of these packages, I would take neither package. To be honest with you, I would take neither package.
I agree.
And you say you have depth, but in 1 week you might not have depth. See, that's how running back works. This week you have depth. Next week maybe you don't. So no, I'm going to take neither package for me. Damian Pierce is a top 15 running back in redraft the rest of the way. As of now. So pass on both.
Sorry, trying to
What
hurry through
the?
here. Drag trade, 10 teams, Superflex, PPR, 1.5 tight end premium, and gave Dylan not Aguilar,
I mean,
Algier, and Jacoby, and received
Doesn't matter.
Waddle and
Aguilar.
Jameson. Holy cow.
Waddle
Nice.
alone is worth more than the other side by a lot.
Nice.
Mike Boone or Latavius Murray?
Boone.
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 But nobody cares.
Let's see. I also think he's a top 5 wide receiver.
So do I.
Dylan, what should I do to fix my rebuilding team QB situation? I got Watson, Carr, and Mills, but also 523 first.
Oh, good. I have a good solution for you. Let's start by getting rid of Mills for anything you can get, because he's not going to be worth anything after this year. Then Carr, I would put him on the block and see what you can get. This week was a little better. Watson, wait for him to come back and then make a decision. So there you go. And then you look at quarterbacks next year.
Would you package Carr in one of those first for something?
No, we're rebuilding. Why are we packaging first? That doesn't sound like a good idea.
No, just Carr in one of them.
No. I like to have all. No. I like to have all of them. I want to have all of them because then during the draft, I'll be very popular. And being popular helps you win dynasty leagues. I'm serious. Like, actually, there's no reason to trade a pick now. It's only going to gain value.
This is the best timing.
To trade a pick away? I don't think so. Oh, yes, Daddy. I mean, maybe Addison will join the Daddy Club at some point.
I don't know what this is.
That was we had a whole
string of that emoji from multiple different accounts.
Who would you give for Mark Andrews?
Kyle Pitts.
TJ Hawkinson. He scored more.
Can't get that.
Tight end landscape sucks.
Hawk in a first.
Sure.
12-man Superflex PPR contract league. I don't like contract leagues.
Oh, no.
I've decided. I have JT, Najee, and Hall. Should I look to trade JT or Najee? I have JT for 2 years after this year and Najee for 3 years after this year.
I'd be trading Najee.
Najee, yeah, I want to trade Najee away.
He's gone. Wide receiver. Moving for a wide receiver.
McSweet, Dynasty PPR. Do I trade JT for AJ Brown, Dylan, and Pittman? That's a smash for Addison.
Holy crap.
Tyler, are you smashing this?
Yes.
Trashing it?
I would take it with just Dylan. Just AJ Brown and Dylan. I think we had a similar question earlier.
You would trade Jonathan Taylor for just AJ Dillon?
AJ Brown and Dylan. AJ Brown and Dylan.
Yeah, somebody clip
it.
That's not what I said.
Gosti, that's not what the internet's going to say.
What do you internet
do when your team looks good?
Now I've brought the rage of the internet upon me. Now I see that was probably a mistake, but whatever. Bring it on.
QBs: Hurts, Watson, Winston, Teddy. Wide receiver: Sutton, Jefferson, Deontay, Godwin, Dotson. Running back: Robinson. I'm reading all these just for Tyler. Tight end: Pitts and Kittle. But I'm 1-3. In theory, I'm okay, but it's not good.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, your tight ends are a misused athletic freak and a left tackle. That may be impeding your progress.
Right tackle, moving tackle, fullback.
Yeah, left tackle. I feel like
he almost had a touchdown.
Almost doesn't count.
But it was nice.
I hope you have first, Costi.
His foot was on the line.
It was. Who should I keep on IR? D-Hop or Patterson?
I'd actually keep Hopkins. He's coming back sooner. Patterson is additional 2 weeks.
Can you keep D-Hop on IR? I didn't know leagues would let you
usually
do
you
that.
can't, but if he's asking, I assume you can.
16-team league contender. I need wide receivers. What types of trades should I look for? This is a hard one to answer. They're saying,
it's way too.
You should look for trades where you get the better value.
I agree.
But it's hard to see in the moment.
Questions are not great.
Yes. Redraft PPR, start 9, 7 bench spots. Is Treylon Burks a drop?
Unless you have an IR spot for him, yes.
Yes.
Treylon Burks is an easy drop.
Absolutely, yes. 12 teams Superflex need a short-term QB with Lance. Looks like there's more to this. Lance and Mac out. 23 third for Geno. Who would you target?
I'll take Geno.
Yeah, I mean, you could do that, or you could trade a second for Goff.
I would do both.
Mm-hmm. I have Geno in so many leagues because I was all on the Geno's going to win the job over Drew Lock. I have so many.
Well, you mean Drew Disaster?
I'm not trading him for less than a second.
Yeah, well, I don't think you can even get a third in most leagues for Gino.
What the
So-
heck?
Brees or Swift plus a second?
No, this is a very reasonable question, actually.
I want
Swift.
Brees.
I'll take Brees.
Swift.
Brees got like 6 targets this week, which I was kind of curious how that was going to go. Joe Flacco was checking down on him a lot, but I'm glad to see him still getting work. Plus, he got like 20 carries or whatever it was.
Yeah, I mean, he played 60. We got to 66% snap share, and I only think that's going to go up.
The switch happened.
Yeah,
This
it
week
happened.
for
He's
sure.
the clear starter.
Last week it was like, and now it's we're going. We're ready.
Yeah, he's the man.
I still want Swift though.
Cost for Rob Zombie in the house. Nice. Cost for Josh Allen in a 12 team. You guys probably don't even know who that is. 12 team, 1 QB PPR.
Isn't he the
Ed
guy who
knows who
directed
that
the
is.
new
Where you at,
Halloween
Ed?
movies?
I have Trevor
Is that who it
Lawrence,
is?
St. Brown. Huh? What?
Didn't he direct the new Halloween movies?
Rob Zombie?
Yeah, he used to. Yes.
Like
That doesn't
not the
sound
new
like
ones
that
now,
can't
but
be a
like the
real
ones
person.
from the earlier mid
The old new
2000s.
ones.
Rob Zombie. That's not a real person.
Our old
That sounds like a
radio
big
host-
lie.
Our old
That's-
radio host here, locally, his name was Rob Z.
It's probably him
He's-
right here asking this
Oh,
question
I just
about
looked it
Josh
up.
Allen.
Apparently, Rob Zombie is a real person.
I
Yeah,
told you.
Halloween movies, man.
That wasn't his.
the
That wasn't
old
his
name.
He was a
original
musician.
name.
12. Okay, here we go. What would you give for Josh Allen? 12 team, 1 QB.
I don't know.
The
I haven't
Allen owner is starting Hollywood.
I haven't played one QB in quite a
he's
while.
garbage, obviously. And Gabe Davis.
Lawrence and Pickens.
That's a lot, but yeah, I guess.
I think
so.
it's worth it. I think it's worth it.
Josh
'Cause
Allen.
I was gonna say
Absolutely.
Lawrence and Burks, but that doesn't help them. So Lawrence and Pickens, I'm all right with.
I guess I could live with it, but I might regret it down the line.
Maybe. Would you rather Olave? Lawrence and Olave?
No, I'd rather give
Lawrence and
Pickens.
Pickens. Okay.
Yeah.
Will has an offer on the table, 4-0 team, non-superflex, 16 team, IDP start 8 on the offense. Javante owner offered me Jerry Jeudy for my Damian Pierce and Khalil Herbert. Own
it's a
Chase.
terrible
Up.
offer.
What do you think?
I'd rather have Pierce over Judy without Herbert. So,
Yep.
yeah, not Judy.
Should a counter?
I mean, sure,
Mm,
but
Depends on who you
it's
have.
probably gonna have to
But
be a
it's not
completely
Judy.
different trade.
It's
So.
not Judy.
Yeah, it's a completely different trade, unfortunately.
yeah. Yeah. Okay. 12 teams reflex.
We did this one.
Mhm.
Okay. Should I trade? Okay. He was just clarifying his question. there.
Yeah.
Should I trade Mike Williams, Stevenson, and Fryermuth for Dalvin Cook, Zay Jones, and Dawson Knox? Already have Waller, 12-man PPR, and J Jet.
I'll take Mike Williams.
I guess so.
I'd rather
Yeah,
have
I
Stevenson than Zay and Fryermuth than
Yeah,
Knox,
this
but
package is good. Better pieces on that side. So I guess I'll take that side. I don't really want
Fryer.
Dalvin Cook. Fryermuth, I kind of like coming up.
not Fryermouth.
Fryermouth, yeah.
Nick Lester, 10 teams. Superflex got offered Olave and his 23-second for Cousins. My other QBs are Lamar, Daniel Jones, and Wilson. I feel like I should take it, but I'm nervous about having to rely on Jones Wilson for QB2.
I'll take the Olave side.
Yeah, I will take it too.
In 10
Yeah.
teams Superflex, I'd rather have Olave over Cousins straight up.
And then go trade a third for Gino or a second for Jared Goff.
Okay.
I'm assuming this is Zach Wilson too. If you're feeling less comfortable about it, Olave in a second.
I'm sure. Let's see. Olave over Josh Allen. Yep.
Hmm.
Wait. What? Oh, 12 team, 1 QB. Okay. Alec, have a contender team. AJ Brown, Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, Bateman, Judy, Elijah Moore, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and Antonio Gibson got offered Waller, CPAT, 23 first, and a second for Kyle Pitts. Is that enough for you? Addison.
Are you gonna hate me for saying yes?
I know that it will be your honest answer. I will not hate you.
If the first is late, I probably wouldn't take it. But if there's a good chance that this is from like a middling team, like if the team's 2-2, I'll roll the dice. I'll take the first.
I can't do it. I can't do it. JT for AJ Brian Dillon. We did that. 12 team PPR Superflex start 10. Give Davis Mills, Dobbins, Gallup, get Zach Wilson, Elijah Moore, 23 early 4th.
Oh my goodness.
Wilson and Moore.
Yeah, it's Wilson and Moore. I was trying to debate how much of a difference there was between Wilson and Mills, but there's a pretty big difference.
One QB, Javonte or J-Rob in a first. Yeah.
Yeah. J-Rob in a first.
With Monty, have him, Brees, Swift, and Dobbins holding or selling David Montgomery.
I think you have to hold until he comes back from injury at least. And then reclaims the starting job from Khalil Herbert, which I do think happens because Chicago's dumb. But you have to wait until he comes back from injury. So hold until then and then try to sell. If you could sell for maybe a couple seconds, a 24 first would be really nice. I'm really advocating for 24 first tonight. Hold for now, sell later.
How do you feel about Josh Jacobs, Addison?
I hope he continues getting the target share that he did.
What happened to my hair? Okay. Oh, man. All right. I feel good about Josh
Jacobs is still 24 years old.
Yes. February 98. February 23rd?
He's the RB8.
23rd? February 23rd? I don't know. Maybe it's February 24th.
He's getting
I don't know. The February 20-something is kind of speaking
11th.
to me. 11th. Fuck. He used to be able to nail those.
And his 12 catches this year. Pretty good for
Yeah,
him.
the highest snapper. I forget who said it. It might have been on Locked On Dynasty. It was one of these podcasts that I listened to. They said that Josh Jacobs had the highest snap percentage of his career this week.
I think it was also his career high in rush attempts too.
Could have been 28, was it? I believe.
Yeah. And I think it was also a career high in receiving yards, or not receiving yards, rushing yards.
144.
I think everything was a career high across the board.
And he finally scored this week.
Opportunity share in the NFL.
Yeah, he's been good. I'm starting to become a little bit more in on him. I haven't raised him too high in my rankings, but I have him ahead of Leonard Fournette and Aaron Jones because I think those guys are more of a 1-year proposition, whereas Josh Jacobs, I think we're looking at multiple years of production, and I don't think the production is that different.
This has to be a dynasty question because it doesn't make sense otherwise. And yes,
in redraft, no. I mean, in dynasty, yeah.
Is Javonte worth an IR spot over James? I'm assuming this is Jameson.
I mean, they both are. In dynasty, it doesn't matter. You're going to roster them anyway.
Absolutely, both are.
Also, yeah, no, sorry. My eyes are migraines these days.
How much fab should we spend on Mike Boone, Caleb Huntley,
I've been asked
and
this
Davis
question.
Murray?
I've been asked this question so many times.
Not much.
Not much.
I'm spending 0 on Huntley, 1 on Latavius Murray, and 6 on Mike Boone.
Percent?
I almost want Huntley the most.
Yeah. No.
Latavius, I don't know.
God, no. Oh, Atlanta.
Neither Huntley or Tyler Algier are the Falcons running backs.
Huntley's the one I'm the most interested in.
He's the one I'm least interested in. Space Monkey Mafia traded Hurts, Patterson, and a 23 mid to late first for Andrews and DJ Moore last week. What are your thoughts?
Single QB? I'll take Andrews.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be Rich, but it works out in my brain.
Is it time to promote Romeo Dobbs off? I always get confused. Off the taxi squad. If so, would you rather drop Dortch, Richie James, or Austin Hooper?
I mean, I have Romeo Doubs at wide receiver 37 this week, so you're playing him in some situations. As for who to drop, Richie James, I think, can go. He muffed the punt and then went to the doghouse. So, yeah.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, Dortch can go, and Austin Hooper can also
All
go.
three of them can go. For
All
Dobbs,
three of these
but-
can go, but Richie James is the one I think who has least. We know he's
Yep.
nothing.
Richie James with Sterling Shepard out, so not including Sterling Shepard, he has the most targets of any wide receiver on the Giants.
I hear
Yeah.
you, but he has returned. He's now in the doghouse
Drop
after muffing
Hooper.
that punt.
Austin Hooper's nothing. Drop him.
Sure, but Richie James is actually permanently in the doghouse.
Sheesh, says Mike Boone is bad.
He's pretty bad.
I don't think that's true. I think he's a good football player.
I still haven't forgiven him for that one. I had to.
Yeah,
play
that's
him in
why
my
he's bad.
championship.
That's why he's
that
bad,
one
yeah.
week.
Week 16, 2019, isn't it?
That's when it was. Yep.
Yeah.
When Cook and Madison were out,
Yep.
I played Mike Boone.
Yep. I played Mike Boone over I think it was Aaron Jones.
I lost to Kenyon Drake that year. That was the year Kenyon Drake got traded
he went
midseason to the
nuts.
Cardinals, and then that was that game. He went off for like 180 yards and 2 touchdowns. I went in to watch an MCU movie at the movie theater, up by 25, and then the 4:00 games happened, and came out and I was losing by 20.
Those are the breaks.
Stupid
you
Mike
know?
Boone.
Would you start Ramondre versus Detroit or Singletary versus Pitt?
Ramondre. I have Ramondre at 27 and Singletary at 20.
Yeah, I think it has to be Ramondre. Singletary. I wish Singletary got like 15 carries a game.
Usage for the New England running backs was great last week. And Detroit is, as we know, ranked last in defense. Defense is bad. And
Is he
New
not?
England-
How many carries is he getting?
yeah, but it's against Pitt. Pittsburgh defense is good.
Not really against the run, all too much.
I
No, they didn't do
mean,
very well against Brees Hall. I mean, not that he's Brees Hall.
Yeah,
but-
Mixon ran on him too.
fair, Brees
Singletary's
Hall
average.
was not actually-
Singletary's rush attempts this season has been 8, 6, 9, 11.
he relies on usage in the passing game, which
Not
he
good,
hasn't
yes.
really been getting.
Well, he got 11 targets 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, but other than the other 3 games, he didn't get it.
Yeah, he got 5 last week.
And that also requires them to be in a script where they're losing. And I
Right.
don't
They're gonna
anticipate
be-
that this week.
Well, Kenny Pickett. I'm sorry, Steelers fan.
Kyle Shanahan with Jimmy G, 36 and 17.
But
They've
Jimmy,
played that
remember,
many games together?
remember that picture of Jimmy saying all your plays suck, man?
Well, and Kyle Shanahan cares about this so much that he doesn't want him to be his quarterback anymore.
Jimmy is not bad though.
You could have said that something very similar about McVay and Goff, right?
Yeah. Although Goff, I think, has kind of proven over the last couple of
That-
years that
there's
he wasn't
no way
as bad
that
as I said.
statistic is right.
It is.
He's only played 40. He's played 49 games in total with the Niners.
That's kind of surprising.
You know what?
It
He's
must be
probably
including the
including times
playoffs.
He was hurt
Playoffs is including.
Playoffs would be yes.
when
We're there.
Beathard was there. maybe.
Now we're there.
Jimmy G, though, I do like him. I have a soft spot.
I was offered Henry and Lamb for Jefferson.
So in Dynasty, this is Jefferson, but
Mhm.
in
In redraft,
redraft,
it's Henry and Lamb for sure.
I think it would be Henry and Lamb. I think it's enough.
What if it was Hunter Henry?
Then no. That tells you the whole story, folks. Kyle Shanahan is an overrated coach, I think.
Oh no. I have
What is
3
he an
Eagles
offensive
pass
genius
catchers.
in? Passing game, no. Running game, yes. Passing game, no. I mean, he doesn't.
Because he's got Jimmy G.
I'm sorry. Having Jimmy G does not mean that George Kittle should be a blocker. Brandon Ayuk should disappear from the offense half the time. And Deebo Samuel, is mostly used correctly, but not always. It doesn't mean any of those things. So I don't know if I would give him it. He's not an offensive genius, but he's a fine head coach. He is not on my list of best head
Do
coaches.
not represent no. I have 3 Eagles pass catchers: Dallas Goedert, AJ Brown, and Devonta Smith. Who's got to go, or should I just keep them?
I just keep them. You're gonna have a little bit of inconsistency, but I would just keep them.
Go trade for Jalen Hurts.
That would be a
Just
good idea.
complete the stack.
Okay, buy Kyron Williams. I don't know.
Sure.
This is in our Acres conversation.
Sure. Yeah. Why not?
So speaking of like offensive genius, Sean McVay, I said I noted this on Twitter. Like every time there was a run play drawn up for the 49ers, like it was like, oh, I love the design of this. Like the Manning brothers and like whoever they had were like talking about it. And then like every time that they handed the ball off for the Rams, it's like they just handed the ball to the running back and like everybody just looked at him. Like there was a movement. The offensive line wasn't going. There was nothing like special about it. They just handed it and like everybody turned around and just looked like do something.
Well, I mean, different coordinators and coaches have different strengths. Sean McVay is better at coordinating the passing game, and Kyle Shanahan is better at coordinating the run game. If you could combine them into one head coach, they'd be probably one of the best offensive minds ever. But that's why you have strengths and weaknesses. Like actually, and Sean McVay called a great running game when Todd Gurley was in.
Called hand the ball to Todd Gurley.
It worked, didn't it?
DJ Moore for Devonta Smith. Oops, don't do that.
In redraft, I'd prefer Smith rest of the way, but I still think DJ Moore is a better player than Devonta Smith by a lot, not just a hair, by a lot.
Would you send Damian Harris for Nyheim Hines in a second?
Yes. I'm not sure Damian Harris is worth a second on his own.
That's yes.
So yes.
Gosh, I do not agree. I think he's an RB2.
No, he isn't. When has he been an RB2?
Right now.
This year?
He's that one game.
I mean, I don't know, man.
Nah, he's not worth this. I think he's worth a second, but I would sell for a second.
He looks good. They built this team to run the ball. Like him and Ramadri are 1A1P.
He hasn't had more. I mean, hasn't even had 40. This was the most snaps he's ever had.
Most recently?
This week, 45 was his season high.
Some might say that's good news for running back.
He's not running any routes, though. Ramondre Stevenson is the clear receiving leader.
Someone offered me Njoku for Kittle.
I'll keep Kittle.
No.
Do you get 3 points per pancake?
Oh,
I will keep Kittle, but I understand.
Let's see. Redraft, would you take the package of Freiermuth and Etienne? Did we do this?
We did this, and I said I would keep Pierce over either package.
Oh,
yes.
Pierce for Pitts and Pollard? Yeah, Pitts and Pollard.
No.
Oh, redraft.
Yeah, we did this question already, though.
Yeah.
But I don't think Pitts was included, was he?
He was, yeah.
Should I drop? I'm paying attention. Should I drop A.J. Dillon for Melvin Gordon?
No.
I'd rather start A.J. Dillon this week over Melvin Gordon.
Me too.
I do think people still are not really paying attention to the Packers backfield because I saw that Aaron Jones was running back 6 in ranks this week and A.J. Dillon is running back 24, and that makes no sense at all. Like, what am I missing? What am I not seeing when I'm doing my start sit ranks that's causing people to rank it that way? Because I don't understand.
One of them has scored touchdown and the other one has not.
Right, but that's I don't.
One of them's averaging.
I mean, A.J. Dillon has
a game, and one of them's averaging 8.5 points a game.
I know, but to rank the running back who actually has more opportunity that far behind the one who has less is kind of reckless. Like in terms of rankings wise, that's going to come back to bite you. Like I'm really going to rank the guy who has less at running back 6 and the guy who has more opportunity at running back 24. That seems crazy. I do have Aaron Jones ahead because he's been more efficient, but I think I have them more reasonable. I have Jones at 13 and Dillon at 20. But they're both ahead of Gordon, who this week I don't rank all the way down at 26. I don't want to play him against Indianapolis. Indianapolis is a pretty good defense. It's not the defense that's their problem.
Especially if Shaq Leonard's back.
He's not. His broken nose, in addition to his concussion, is going to leave him missing some more time. So he won't be back.
How much to pay for Hurts in a 1 QB league if you're contender, but my only QB is David?
I'm still not paying a first for Hurts
David
in a 1
Carr.
QB. I'm still not going to pay a first.
Try to do that same deal I mentioned above where it was like Carr and Pickens or something like that. Yeah.
Trade Devonta, get Jerry Jeudy.
No, Devonta.
Devonta Smith in redraft or dynasty.
Hurts, Patterson, and a 21st or Mark Andrews and DJ Moore.
We did
that already.
Sanders. Ask the questions once.
Trying to get back my 23 first. 101 using Herbert. What else do I need to get?
Oh, good luck with that. Assuming this is Khalil Herbert, this is going to take a lot more.
I think it's
the first, probably.
Gotta be
Justin Herbert.
Gotta be.
In what though? A super flex? Justin Herbert's worth more than that.
That's what he's asking. What else does he need
Yeah.
to get back with his first?
Oh. I thought he meant what else does he need?
101 plus what equals his Herbert?
Oh. Well, why are you doing that? I don't want to. If I have him in a super flex and I have Justin Herbert, I'm not trading it.
That's how I feel too. It's got to be another first plus something too.
It has to be another whole of the first.
Trevor
at least, if
Lawrence.
not more. Yeah, but this might not even be enough. That's close though.
Dak Prescott.
That's what it would cost.
Muth or Pitts rest of the season.
Oh,
Muth.
Pitts.
Muth.
Still have Pitts ahead this week.
Muth.
Pitts.
I
and
think
Dobbs.
Kenny Pickett is going to get. I think brighter days are ahead, but I think Kenny Pickett is going to get obliterated this week against Buffalo. It's going to be bad.
That means dump offs to the tight end.
No, I just think it's going to be such a disaster that nothing's going to go right.
Pitts and Dobbs for London and a mid 23 first. And Njoku.
London.
Yeah, James Robinson or Kamara.
I agree.
We answered that one.
I don't know what that is.
That was the Brees Hall one for whatever that horrible trade was.
Oh,
I remember seeing that pop up.
Oh,
trade him out 23
man.
first for DJ Moore in June.
Brutal.
Dang. Better waiver wire.
We did
kinda
this one already.
Yeah. Different person. Was able to acquire JT Sunday evening. Send a 23 first, 24 first, 24 second, Damian Harris, and Chase Edmonds.
That's fine. That's fine in one QB. That's 16 team. That's fine.
Wow. Oh, 16 team. Yeah, that works.
Henry.
What was the?
Let's see. Addison, how about Mahomes in the 4th round of a 5-round?
Yeah,
rookie
that's
draft?
awesome. That one's
That's
good
pretty
too.
good. Yeah, I like that one.
My friend praises about he got Cooper Kupp in the 3rd.
Huh. Well, yeah.
I think Kyle Pitts is going to do good this week. Zeke or Javante?
Javante.
Starting Gerald Everett or George Kittle?
I'll start George Kittle. I'd be very sad.
Oh no.
Gerald Everett looks good, dude. He looks
I'm
good.
gonna start George
No.
Kittle anyway.
I kind of like
Yeah,
it.
you're gonna be so bad. Like you're gonna feel so bad if you left. Like if Kittle has one of those like 9 for 150
It's
in one
against the
game that he seems to
Panthers.
have.
The Panthers defense is so bad.
Are they going to Carolina?
Yeah,
That's interesting. I think.
I'm gonna play Kittle anyway. I think Keenan Allen's coming back as well, which leans me more toward playing Kittle.
I can't imagine sitting Kittle. That's just.
I'm gonna play
rough.
Kittle anyway, but I only have Kittle at tight end 8, so I don't have him that high.
I know this seems like a lot, but should I trade Amari Cooper 23 and 24 first from Monroe St. Brown?
Okay, so if we're in a 1 QB, I'm okay with it. If this is a super flex, I just don't do those kind of trades for receivers
just
very
wouldn't
often.
do it,
So I'd probably
yeah.
pass.
All around.
This whole team right now is
Changed my
Herbert.
answer.
Okay.
Didn't change my answer.
London or a late 23 first and early 23 second.
London.
Well, we're at the point for me, even in a super flex, I'd do this. So London.
Akers and a mid round 2 for Jameson Williams.
That's about
No,
right.
I'll take
I'll lean
Akers.
Jameson there. Very close.
On start 3 wide receiver contender 12 team 1 PPR superflex trade your own 23 first plus Jerry Jeudy for Pittman and a 23 third.
I'm fine with that.
Me too.
I have Pittman even higher than London.
Yeah. So it seems like it's like a 23 first and second similarly. So and then but it's
Yeah,
Pittman.
kind of with a third. Yeah, so it's
Yep.
it's fine for me. Pittman side.
Yep.
10 team 3 superflex spots. Fields or a top 4 23 first.
I'm taking
Pick.
the first.
Me too.
Yeah.
Pick because it
If
could be
it's-
another quarterback.
I was gonna say if it's top 4, you're getting a quarterback.
Yeah.
Or Bijan. So
Yeah. Pick. Too vague.
16 team league. I'm a
I
contender.
don't even know how to answer that. I said this on Twitter, actually. I did a little
Oh.
PSA. Like, when it's the kind of thing where, like, I do offer that through my Patreon, but even through my Patreon, if you just ask me what kind of trade should I look for, like I'm gonna be like, well, you're really asking me to look at your roster and tell you which players that you have that I dislike. Even through Patreon, that's the best way I'm going to do that. At the end of the day, I think that for fantasy advice, outside of start sit, I think it really doesn't work as well when you're asking me to or anyone else to just do it for you, because that's less helpful. I think the best is to kind of come with some ideas and then we can workshop those. For start sit, I understand do it for you, because start sit, it doesn't matter. You just click the button. You don't have to interact with offers and negotiating. So I understand why you need to do that for you. But in terms of trades, yeah, just kind of, some ideas help.
Russell Wilson, Miles Sanders for Kyler Murray.
Yeah, I think
Kyler.
so.
Yeah.
Kyler.
Let's see. We did this already, but
Another the same question, another different person.
Yep.
Boone.
Do you start George Pickens this week?
I'd rather not.
Yeah, not against Buffalo.
I have Pickens. Yeah, I have Pickens at 43 even this week. So no for me.
I have a rule. If there's a quarterback change mid-game, I throw out everything. I still like Pickens. Doesn't mean I don't like him, but that is just a rule for me. I don't overreact
Probably
to
a good
that.
rule to live by.
26 6th round pick or Rojo.
Pick.
Najee Lamb or Kenneth Walker. Brandon Cooks, 23 first and 23 seconds.
Najee and Lamb.
Yeah, I guess.
Yes.
Gross, but I guess.
12 team Superflex, 1 PPR, 2 tight end premium. Contender give late 23 first plus ETN. Get DK plus Ramadri.
DK.
1 running back.
DK for me.
Yeah. Thoughts on starting Godwin in week 5?
Oh, I'm good with it. I have Godwin at wide receiver 22.
He got the targets back again. He just
Yeah, I'd rather start Godwin over Deontay.
There you go.
10 teams, 1 running back starting extra flex. I have Jamar Chase, Kirk, and Garrett Wilson with Barkley. Anyone I should go after 1 QB?
Same thing. This is
question.
anyone I should go after. I don't know how to answer that.
I would go after
George Pickens.
Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, that would be nice. But you know what I mean.
Dang, I'm late. I've been at work. I have 2 open spots on my roster. Do I put Algier and Dobbs on roster from Taxi?
Sure.
Not Algier.
Nah, keep Algier down there.
I don't think I'm going to start Algier this week against Tampa Bay.
Right. That's the problem. And then Damian Williams is going to come back, and then he's going to be the starter. So Dobbs,
that one I don't think so.
I'd put Dobbs up though, because he could be a starter for you right now.
Try to trade Algier.
Yes, love that.
Sell Pollard for Sky Moore.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I guess Tyler's answer to my Judy for Pierce. And
That was in the middle of my rant about how Judy was a failure.
Just trading Komet for Bateman. What?
Wow.
Love it.
Holy crap.
Tight end 1.5 premium, but stacked on tight end. Oh my god.
Doesn't matter if he's the only tight end on your roster.
What's 1.5 times 0?
0. I got it right. Math question.
What do you guys pay for these players? Michael Thomas, Devonta Smith.
Well, you would have to assume that I would be buying Michael Thomas or Dalvin Cook, which is not going to happen. Devonta Smith. I don't think I would pay a first for Devonta Smith, but I don't know if you can get Devonta Smith.
3:23 seconds.
3 seconds. I don't know about that.
That's the rule. When's Jordan Mason gonna play?
Never.
When Jeff Wilson gets hurt.
Never. Only if Jeff Wilson gets hurt.
When is Elijah Mitchell coming back?
Who knows?
In a few weeks.
They didn't even put Tyrion Davis-Price on IR, though. So Tyrion Davis-Price can't be that far away from coming back.
Wasn't it a high ankle sprain, though?
Yeah, but they didn't put him on IR. So
That's interesting.
yeah, they must think that he could come back in the next couple of weeks.
Devonta Adams, Chase Edmonds for a projected early 23 first, second.
Pick.
Andy
Yeah,
Dalton.
pick. I think we did
Pick.
this one already.
Melvin
Pick.
Gordon. I have Herbie, Jamar, Christian Kirk, and Garrett Wilson. Anyone I should go after? This is
Too big.
the
And then thoughts on Jameson
Justin
Williams coming off
Jefferson.
injury. I really like him as a buy low because everyone's focused on Amon-Ra.
I also like Patrick Mahomes a lot.
Yes.
Who should I trade Fournette and Deontay Johnson for?
Fournette, I feel like we're past the point where you can trade Fournette. Just enjoy the rest of his career.
I don't think you can trade Deontay Johnson right now. This is a bad time.
This is not a good time to trade Deontay Johnson. The one game he
Fournette.
had a lot of targets.
Can you package both of them for Garrett Wilson?
No, I don't think you can.
No.
DJ Moore.
I wouldn't do that.
Three team.
10. So I think
superflexes?
Yeah, 3 super flexes.
What? Okay, 10 team, 3 super flexes. Do you send Deshaun Watson for Mike Evans and Russell Wilson?
I actually really want this to be a 3-team league with 10 super flexes.
I'll take
Me
Watson.
too. We should do it just us three.
Just- we'll live stream the draft. We'll do
I'll
it
take Watson
this week.
I'll take Watson.
I'll take Watson.
Oh my gosh. Russell Wilson wasted the prime of Pete Carroll's career. That's the opposite.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. This is an elite comment.
That's elite. Oh, he clarified. Oh man, It's not a 3-team.
No, I'm starting that league now.
Okay.
Do we have any thoughts on Jameson Williams? Sounds like Tyler's in.
Tyler's a buy
I'm
low.
pretty in, yeah.
He doesn't
think
fit with Jared Goff, who's going to be the longest out of all the NFC.
I
North
don't know.
quarterbacks.
Trade Rashad Penny for him.
Oh,
I love that idea.
Ed likes the idea too.
No, I think it's 3 super flexes and no quarterback. So you start up with 30 quarterbacks.
that's what I'm saying. This league is going to be fun.
Wow. You traded Gino for Jameis, and I love it. That's a good move.
You would rather have
Your fantasy lineup doesn't love it.
I know. But
I'd
my
like
dynasty,
Gino.
I'd rather have Jameis. I might be stubborn with these quarterback evals, though.
Jameis is so bad. He's so bad. He's so bad.
I think let's see what happens. Well, they're stuck with him next year.
Mr. Very Limited with his shoulder.
Mr. Very Limited.
Yikes.
Hollywood Brown and Kareem Hunt or Christian McCaffrey.
CMC.
Same thing.
It's a little better. Let's see. I think no, we didn't do 16-team league. I'm a contender. I have Hurts, Najee, JTT, Godwin, and A-Rob as a flex. What trades should I look for? These are so tough, guys. They're so tough.
Yeah.
You should look for
I do
trades
notice
where
it's the same
you
people
get
asking
better.
the vague questions, by the way.
Look for trades where you get better. Same thing.
Yeah.
DJ Moore's value. 16-team league.
A contendering late first.
Maybe. Sure.
If it's like 1
I guess so. Yeah.
13 or later.
Kyle Pitts as an 8 out of 15.
Not helping him.
Blame Arthur Smith, fake Galaxy brain.
Yeah, Arthur
The
Smith.
2-2 possibly playoff bound Atlanta Falcons.
I know. It's just insane to me. They've been in every game.
Jamie was about to be the best pick in the draft. I don't know about that.
Yikes.
Should I go after? Okay. Dynasty 12-team PPR Superflex was offered Penny for J-Rob straight up.
With a second,
I
I'd
want
still
J-Rob.
take J-Rob.
Sure. I don't know.
Jacobs, Hollywood, and Bateman for JT and Metcalf.
JT and Metcalf.
Metcalf.
Guys, this was Dobbins' second game back. Come on.
Well, maybe he should have shown up for week 1, and I would like him better.
Dang.
What?
1 QB currently 3-1, 3 for 1.
Gus Edwards is
trade.
coming back, by the way. We should all get excited.
I don't know what this means.
He's asking, should he give up a 23 first for Adams? I'd really rather not.
Yeah, I'd prefer not to. Can you trade that 23 first for Michael Pittman?
That would be much better. With
Or
DK
Drake
Metcalf.
London? Or DK Metcalf?
Hollywood
Same
Brown's
production,
better.
younger player.
Hollywood Brown's better. Do I trade Jamar Chase and Olave for
No.
You don't.
Tay Adams? Is that
Devonta Adams?
Okay. Pierce and Garrett Wilson?
No.
Nope.
Jamar Chase.
This has got to be you, Tyler.
Oh, I'm sure it is. And I did say fuck the internet, so I get what's coming to me.
Tyler, we've gone over our PG-13 limit.
I don't
Yeah,
care.
come on. We're not gonna. Marvel's gonna shut us down.
Let him.
What wide receiver should I trade for Najee?
You should trade.
You shouldn't.
Not Najee.
You trade
for
Najee away for a wide receiver.
Yes.
Yeah.
Richie
Unless
James.
the wide receiver. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Trade away Allen Robinson.
You could trade Deontay for Najee.
Oh, I would do that.
Yeah.
12 team, 1 QB, half PPR.
This is I don't even know how to answer this.
Dak Wentz.
Yeah. This
Yeah,
is just tough. Let's
I
Especially
don't
at
think you
this
need to make
point-
any moves. Just ride this out.
Yeah. It's, like I said, the more specific, do some brainstorming with your team, come up with a specific trade, and then I'll evaluate it. The best thing is to come up with a specific trade idea and ask it before you do it. If you ask me after, then I might roast you. But if you ask me before, then I'll tell you what to do, and then I'll save you from a mistake before you make it.
Ride that roster out.
BJ, we were riding it right here, over 100 viewers. We just dipped down. Invite your
It's
friends
fine.
down and leave a
We're
like.
doing well.
The like button for our friends at DLF.
Mostly Addison.
Thank you.
24 second for Khalil Herbert.
I'll take Khalil Herbert. 24 seconds far away.
I think I would too. On a shot that David Montgomery isn't back in.
Yeah,
Khalil
that's
Herbert
kind of
gets
what
the
I was
job.
thinking.
Should I trade Barkley for Najee, DJ Moore, and Dobbs in a 10-man dynasty?
Yes.
One
Yes.
running back.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Damian Pierce for a late 23 first.
Take the
First.
pick.
Um,
No, it's
has
not.
the internet been harder for you since Damian Pierce's ascension?
Addison.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've gotten.
The Florida
my-
fans are coming for you.
The fun part was after week 1, whenever I went back and replied to a few of them with the office gif of how the turntables.
And now the tables have turned
And
on
now
you.
the tables.
The
keep
tables have
turning.
turned on you. I was pretty
So
in on Damien.
So yeah, they keep responding to me and they're asking me for a comment and stuff like that if I still believe that Pierce won't be the starter or whatnot. Which is funny because I've made money off Damian Pierce in my DFS lineup. So it's
Look,
whatever.
I was
Laugh
pretty
it all
in
the way to
on
the bank.
Damian Pierce, so I'm pretty happy.
12 team Superflex guy offered Pittman, Cousins, 23, probably late first and a late second. Receiver room is solid. QBs would be Dak, Cousins, Tannehill.
What?
What is the 4 or what's the
I don't
trade?
understand.
Pittman,
I'm lost. I don't understand. Confused here.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Mm,
I don't know where I don't know what the sides
I don't know
are
what the
here.
trade is. Yeah.
I don't see that.
Give Zeke, get Christian Watson and a third.
No. Christian Watson is worthless.
I was gonna say that's a rare trade that I would take Ezekiel Elliott.
Zeke. But if you can get a second, I would take Watson in the second because
There you go.
Zeke is worth a second on his own in a super flex. So Watson is a piece.
Yep.
What can we get for Miles Sanders?
I have found that you cannot trade Miles Sanders. I've tried. Patrons have asked me to try. I've tried in many ways. I've never
Hollywood
seen
Brown.
anyone.
Jameson
no way.
Williams.
Can't get him either. I think
Romeo
that
Dobbs.
I don't. That might be someone you could get who I would actually prefer over Miles Sanders. I think that Darnell Mooney. You get Darnell Mooney. People really
I
don't
would
like
still do that.
Gross. I'll keep Miles
You could get
Sanders.
Darnell Mooney plus.
Sky Moore.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Sky Moore. Try Sky Moore.
I'll keep Sanders.
Sky Moore would be my first choice. Try Sky Moore.
What about Michael Gallup?
No, Michael Gallup. I think is just kind of
You think you can get Dodson?
okay. No,
He's cooled off a
way.
little bit, I
No
think.
way.
He's hurt.
Yeah, he's cooled off a bit.
No way.
Do you think you could get Treylon Burks?
No, you can't get Trey Lance.
I bet you could.
Yes.
I bet you some
No,
people
you
would do it.
can't.
Yes, Tyler.
I
There's
think
people out there all over the world that could do
I will
that.
tell you, I think that 3 years ago, in the majority of dynasty leagues, you could. Today, I think you cannot. I know you can't. I know, unless all my patrons play in all the smartest leagues, that's not the case. You can't anymore. The average dynasty manager has gotten smarter. The days where you could just do this are over. Someone like Sky Moore is what you can do, not Treylon Burks or Jahan Dotson in most leagues.
What should I do with Will Fuller?
Drop.
Cut him loose.
Fair return for Cooper Kupp.
Ooh.
If I'm trading Cooper Kupp, I think my goal would be to go down to like Garrett Wilson or Chris Olave and something else.
And a first.
That would be nice, but I think that's
Two
probably.
firsts.
How
Like,
about
2 firsts just by
Kupp
himself?
and a second for like Wilson and a first? I think is more realistic of what you can actually get. I don't think you can
Try it
get-
without the second first. Then add.
You try it, but I think more realistic is with the second. And I would take it if I was rebuilding.
Could you
this
do
different
Cup
time.
in a second for like Lamb or AJ Brown?
I think I'd rather do what I said.
Because you get the
and
first
get the
back.
first in there.
Yeah, that's not bad.
JT, Sutton, Michael Thomas, or DeAndre Swift.
If you haven't noticed, a
No.
lot of my trade ideas are like they're not necessarily hitting a big home run in one trade, but if you make a bunch of good trades, that's another way to build up a lot of value. You don't have to make all the value in one move. You can make it over time. Is often my suggestion. Volume trading. In this case, that's a lot on the other side. I'll take the B side. B. A redraft. Still B.
I'm still taking Swift and Pittman.
B. Yeah, I'd rather have Pittman over Sutton and Wilson over Thomas by a lot.
Russell Wilson and Alvin Kamara for a 23 and 24 first and 12 team.
I'll take the picks.
Yep.
Take the picks barely.
Damon Harris was an
On
RB1
15
last
touchdowns,
year.
though. I don't think he's seeing it again.
All right. Keep hating.
He's not good. He's just okay. Ramondre Stevenson's a better player.
He should probably be earning more opportunities then.
I mean, he's seeing more of the snaps. He's getting more similar opportunity and more work in the passing game.
15 last year, I'm seeing. So
And more work in the passing game, and which is worth more.
Lied. Apple pie.
Yeah, but it's
Lied.
Ramondre Stevenson, like I said, is the passing game work is what we want to see, and he's had 4 receptions each of the last 2 weeks, and that's more reliable. You want to rely on the Patriots scoring. You want to be on the side of where you need the Patriots to score to produce. I don't think so.
I think the running backs look really good, and the running game looks really
They're
good.
a crappy version of the Packers. Honestly, they
It
have
was
the 2 running backs are the only truly viable players on the team, except unlike the Packers, both running backs are less talented and a less good offense, and aren't, like I said, less talented, less good offense. So it's like a crappy version.
RB 19 in points per game.
His juke rate is number 2.
I don't
Ooh.
care.
His baited tackles. Is
Those
number
are my
2.
favorite tweets whenever I see that. They're like, dude, this running back's going to be so good because his elusive rating is a 97.5. And I'm like, this guy has 100 career carries.
Yeah.
Mark played Boone over Joe Mixon and his tummy ache in 2019,
Oh my
week
God.
16.
Yep. See, I remembered even what week it was.
Wow.
It was a championship week.
Yep.
Trade
I
Jamal
played
Williams
Rashad Perriman that.
for Alvin
So he
Kamara.
traded Jamal Williams for Kamara and redraft.
Love
I think
it.
I would still do that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, still love it.
Yeah.
12-man Superflex guy offered Pittman, Cousins. For
Okay,
like
now we got the or.
23 first and
So all
second
of that
for
for Jalen Hurts. I think that even for Jalen Hurts, that is just too expensive. I have to pay a first, a wide receiver 1, and a solid quarterback, and a second to get Hurts. Maybe for Josh Allen, but for Hurts, no. This is too expensive. Come on, dude. This is reckless advice to actually tell someone to do this. You're actually going to tell someone to do this? You're not actually going to tell someone to do this. This is not how we win. We win by making good, progressive deals, not reckless things where we give away way too much for one player. That's how you lose.
He has Jalen Hurts.
Well, then you take the other side easily.
I'm keeping Jalen Hurts.
Oh, that's very bad.
I want
advice.
Hurts.
No, that's really, really bad advice. Taking the other side's how you win. Trust me.
I want Jalen Hurts.
You don't win by keeping the one over double. Put it in the trade analyzer. It's double the value. I can almost guarantee you. It's double. It has to be.
Cal, you doing it?
No, you can't.
Oh, I'm going to do it.
I guarantee you the value's on that side. It has to be.
Week 16,
Sure, the value's
2019.
on that side, but
Yeah, but it's by a lot. It's not close.
Week 16, 2019. You want to know how many points Saquon Barkley scored?
I don't care.
We're just talking about week 16, 2019. We're just talking about it.
But I'm focused on this now.
43 points.
Yes, I know. Saquon Barkley had a couple big games down the stretch in 2019.
Unbelievable.
Not in redraft. And in Dynasty, of course. Dalton,
it's
Andy
a
Dalton.
400 point difference. So half the
So it's a
value of
lot.
Hurts.
A big difference.
What should we do about Dalton? Hang on to him.
Yeah, sure.
AJ Dillon is not breaking loose on plays. Jones does way more. Dillon can only be ranked high when he gets.
But against the Giants, what do you think? You really want to rank Aaron Jones at 6 and AJ Dillon at 24? I mean, they're going to be ahead. They're going to be at the goal line.
Where do you have them ranked?
I said 13 for
13,
Jones, 20 for Dillon. Which still doesn't make sense to me, but,
23 first and second too much for Amon St. Brown?
Nope. I'll take Amon-Ra.
Amon-Ra.
Najee and Javonte or Jonathan Taylor?
Jonathan Taylor.
Someone asked this in my Discord. I feel like I said I would want Najee and Javonte, but
Jonathan Taylor.
Gosh. Daniel Jones was the number one scoring quarterback that week, too.
it's tough. It's so because before the injury, it was so easily Najee and Javonte. But now it's brutal. JT's had his own struggles. I don't know. I think I still want Najee and Javonte. The startup pick value says you should want Najee and Javonte based on where I have them ranked. But
So Javonte for Traylon Burks and Rashad White.
Yikes.
Oof. Don't do that.
It's not the worst I've seen. I would rather that over 124 first. But it's not the worst I've seen, but it's not enough.
Pick a side. JT, Sutton, Michael Thomas.
I did this one already.
Did we do this one?
B. Yeah, we went with B here.
Swift.
12 teams. Superflex, Melvin, and an early second for Bateman.
Yeah, I'll take the talent of Bateman and hope that the situation changes.
Yep.
Or he progresses more.
Yep.
12 teams. Superflex, tight end premium. Mac Jones, 23 first, 23 third. Jerry Jeudy, Gabe Davis, and Khalil Herbert, or Joe Burrow and Chris Godwin.
Burrow and Godwin. Yeah, Godwin is worth probably all those players combined or close to it, and then Burrow over that other stuff.
Would you drop Cousins for Geno Smith in a full PPR 2 QB league?
No. Cousins has been just fine.
I would add Geno Smith, though.
I'm fine adding Geno Smith, but Cousins is just fine and faces the Bears this week. I think we're going to play Kirk Cousins this week. Home game against the Bears. I'm not going to. And Geno Smith is against the Saints on the road. So I can't drop Cousins for Smith.
What's up, y'all? We're taking a third for Geno. It's Geno Smith Day.
I mean, if you're in a rebuild and it's that or nothing, I would take it, but
I want a second.
Terry McLaurin and Jeff Wilson plus what equals Javonte Williams in a 2 QB super flex?
I mean, not a first, but like even a second with that isn't enough. So it's probably like a player.
George Pickens.
No, that's way too much. Maybe like Clyde Edwards-Helaire. You're actually asking to like spot the value to make the analyzer value equal. Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Geno and James are both bad.
I agree with that.
12 teams, Superflex, start 10, half point PPR. Rondale, Burks, Javonte, or 24 first, Kamara, Keenan Allen and 23 third.
Yeah, so I'll take the
That side.
24 first side here.
Yeah.
Although I will say I don't want those older pieces, but I think I'll have more luck moving them than Burks.
Corey Davis and early 23 second or JMO.
JMO.
Sky Moore finally supplanted Justin Watson.
Apparently.
And we'll continue to.
We are trying to get to all of them, Cade.
Yeah. If you're sitting on my YouTube, that's probably why the chat's so quiet.
Douglas, I think we are going to get to all of them.
Yeah.
Burks and Rondell Moore for a 23 first.
23 first.
23 first. Doesn't change my answer.
23. Okay. Khalil Herbert, 23.
I actually like this trade a lot.
And 24 second for Olave.
So Olave easily, and this is a good way to move off of Khalil Herbert.
Yeah, I like this one.
Something more permanent. So this is actually a very good idea.
Would you guys like to guess who the number one wide receiver in week 16 of 2019 was?
Crystal.
Week 16 of 2019?
Mm-hmm. That's the Mike Boone week, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I should know who the number one wide receiver that week was?
You
Rashad
nailed
Perriman.
my week. I thought I'm just testing you here. You
Rashad Perriman.
No. I had Rashad Perriman, and he was fine, but he was not the wide receiver one.
I think Rashad Perriman was a good guess.
Rashad Perriman was the wide receiver 23. He scored 10.
Yeah, he was in there. Are you looking at standard leagues? Standard scoring?
Crap. Hang on. PPR. All right.
There.
Rashad Perriman was wide receiver 15, 17 points.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah. Woo.
The wide receiver one then was probably. I'm gonna take a stab at Antonio Brown.
Oh,
Tyler Boyd.
Antonio Brown wasn't in the league.
Yeah, he was.
No, he wasn't. Not in 2019.
Oh, was that the Patriots year?
Yeah.
I thought 2019 was his final year with the Steelers.
No, that was 2018.
We give it up on Burks after 4 weeks.
I didn't say that.
You're right.
I didn't say I was giving up on him, but I am concerned. It's fair to be concerned.
What constitutes giving up on Burke? Saying that we would have a 23 first over him?
Yeah, well, I've always had a 23 first over him.
I was gonna say I've had it. I would have taken a 23 first over Burks in June.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I am concerned with Treylon Burks at the moment.
I'm not giving him N'Keal Harry label yet. He doesn't deserve that.
No,
but it's very concerning.
He's very comparable prospect to N'Keal Harry, to be fair.
Which is
in almost every way. In almost every way. But no, it's minor details.
The problem is that he just looked all right when he was on the field, and now he has turf toe, which is going to hinder his development even more for however long that actually is. Like, that could be with him for the remainder of the season.
What you really have to hope is that the Titans' future quarterback is not one of the two that they have.
Right. Which I don't
because
think
whichever one of them it is, it's not good between either of them. Ryan Tannehill doesn't throw very well and runs a lot and is kind of washed up at this point, I think, in his career. And Malik Willis is good for Malik. Malik Willis is just another Trey Lance. Can't throw it all and is just going to run some more. So you don't want Malik Willis for your receiver.
Sour on Swift, what do I have to add to him?
Well, I think I was the only one of the three of us who preferred Brees.
Add anything. You have to add Brees.
I prefer Brees. And if I had Brees, I would need more than a second with Swift, which I'm never going to get. So if that helps kind of help you gauge it.
Oh, God. Josh Jacobs for Algier in 23 second. What do y'all think?
Not after this week. I think if I would have tried to push for something better than Algier with that second. I would have liked, I don't know, could I have gotten maybe Brian Robinson in a second? That would have been better. I would have been a little better. Something more permanent.
Rashad White in a second.
Alec Pierce in a second even. Wide receiver kind of coming on. Not Mike. But something else. Something better than Tyler Algier. With that
if you're rebuilding, it's not horrible though to at least have
it's not horrible, but I think Josh Jacobs is going to have multiple years of productivity. I think
he's 25. Why are
24? No, I'm fine selling him. I think right now, today is the most that Josh Jacobs is going to be worth again I actually think this is the time to sell him, but this is not selling high. This is just selling. Selling high would be what I suggested. Brian Robinson in the 23-second would be selling
24. Yeah.
Now go sell Tyler Algier before Sunday.
Yeah, but I would do a little bit better. I wish you had done a little better than this. So I would give this trade a C.
B-.
Mike Boone scored 4 points that week.
Yeah, I know. I remember it. And then Amir Abdullah came in, right? Amir Abdullah came in.
The best part, look at week 17.
Week 17, he was the
week
RB1.
17, I believe he had 25 points.
No, he was the RB1 for week 17. When it didn't matter. He was the RB1 that week.
Are you serious?
Why
don't I remember this?
Because it was week 17, no one paid attention. But
Mm,
I'm pretty sure he was the RB1.
PPR, he was 7. He scored 24 points.
Yeah.
I thought he was the RB1.
Derrick Henry scored 39 points that
Derrick
week.
Henry was pretty good.
All right. Good job, gentlemen. Thank you to everybody tuning in. You guys did great. Thanks for all the questions. And we will look forward to seeing you. Good luck in your matchups. If you have any questions, make sure you reach out to Addison, Tyler, or join the DLF Discord channel. That's the best place, I think, right now to get a bunch of questions. If you don't have a direct link to Tyler, you can go ahead and ask all your questions right in there. Anything else to say?
No, just follow all of us on Twitter at the Twitter handles below all of us. Make sure to check out the Discord, as Cal said. Check out the DLF website and the YouTube channel for everything else that Addison has in store.
Yay.